Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good evening. This is one of those times where I, oops, maybe the music's a bit loud. This is one of those times where I wouldn't be surprised if people on the West Coast would actually join in the stream. I wouldn't be surprised because it's like what? It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. Saturday or Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. So why don't we have some fun, my friends? Welcome to the stream. My name is James Reyes. I am the box office artist. Let's have some fun. What's up, baby? What's up? What's up to everyone in the chat? Hello, everybody. Mario's here again to hold the fort every day this week. My buddy Mario's here, and I couldn't be more appreciative, Mario. Thank you so much. But guys, make sure you subscribe to Mario. Mario's the best. Mario Ultimate Art. Go check him out, my friend. My friends. Hello everyone in the chat. Hey, Comic Book Bob is here. How you doing, buddy? Let's hang out. I'm not gonna waste any time here. Let's get going because this Warhammer piece is just taking me forever. It's taking me forever. So let's get going on this piece here. Now, I realized yesterday that maybe I was I'll admit I was taking my sweet time. A little bit, sometimes, we always say, well, it's one thing to work hard. It's one thing to work hard. It's another to be focused in your work. Okay, so I could work 15 hours a day, but if I'm just lax, if I'm just all willy-nilly, if I'm just all, taking my sweet time, okay, I wouldn't get as much done as the person who's focused. Laser focused and trying to get the work done. So today I'm going to try to do a little bit of both. Because part of this is hanging out with you guys and hanging out with you guys this evening, this morning, wherever you are in the world. In fact, I used to do this with my streams. Why don't you guys tell me? You guys tell me, where are you in the world? Tell me where you are watching from. And we're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang, guys. Let's hang. All about the hanging. Hanging. There you go. You're gonna hang. Also, let me know the quality of the stream. I actually am streaming in my bedroom now, right? You guys know my office downstairs, where I used to stream from. Our dad, my gosh, every single day, you're throwing a super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I really, really appreciate that. You still owe me something to draw, my friend. Like every single day you're donating. And I really appreciate that, our dad. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. How is everyone? Looking amazing. Today I start my 34th season of... Hey! It's our dad's birthday, guys. It's our dad's birthday. Happy birthday to our dad, who's 34. Wow, you young guy. Yeah, I wish I was 30. Hey, guys, I started YouTube when I was 35. So our dad, you're way ahead of me, my friend. You're way ahead of me. And you guys know what we do when it's somebody's birthday. You know what we do, guys. Anyone else's birthday, by the way? Anyone else's birthday? Hey, my buddy Francis is here. Here you go. Guys, my buddy Francis Manipul is in the chat. How you doing, my brother? Guys, if you don't know, Francis Manipul, superstar comic book artist in the chat today. Very early, my friend. I always wake up at 3 a.m. these days. But good to see you, my brother. Guys, a lot of you guys want to be comic book artists. If, I always say, don't learn from me. Don't learn from me. My career kind of fizzled out. I've been, I worked in comics for a good 6 years. But if you want to know what it's like to have a long-lasting comic book career, go check out my buddy Francis Manipul's channel. And he's been doing a lot of vlogs lately. It's some awesome stuff, my brother. So there you go, my friend. Good to see you here, my brother. There you go. There you go. It's time for our dad, guys. It's our dad. I'm going to turn off the music because you guys know what we do. Whenever it's somebody's birthday, and I just want to see if there's anyone else's birthday because we don't want to sing it twice because, Mr. Beast always talks about retention. If there's a way to get people to click off your video, now's the time. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Are you guys ready? Here we go, guys. We're going to sing. You guys ready to sing? Happy birthday. I turned off the music just for you, Art Dad. Here we go. This is my just woke up singing voice, okay? Here we go, guys. Everybody. Me. All together, guys. All together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Bring up the kids. 3 in the morning. Here we go. Happy birthday, dear, our dad. All together now. Happy birthday to you. Oh boy. Oh boy. And there I lost all the viewers. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And a huge thank you to our dad. Our dad has been on the stream every week, donating every week. Happy birthday, our dad. Happy birthday to everybody here on the chat. It's your birthday. Even if it wasn't your birthday. Happy birthday to you too. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's get back to the reason why you're here. I'll put the real music back on. Let's put the real music back on. We're having a good time. We're having a good time here on a Saturday night, man. No, you're a beast, man. Francis, you're a beast, buddy. We have to get together, man. We got together. I don't think we've talked in a good year. We should go for dinner or something like that, brother. We should go for dinner. I'll message you, my friend. I'll message you. Let's go for dinner. Francis lives here in the T dot, as we say, in the 6, Toronto. So it's good to see you here, brother. Happy birthday, our dad, and thank you for everyone for joining in the stream. We're gonna go for. I just woke up, so we're gonna go for. To be honest, guys, I want to get this done today, if I can, because we're drawing Horus here, and we are also going to draw the Emperor of Mankind as well. Okay, but I'm way behind. You guys know I'm way behind. And again, because maybe I was sidetracked. I was too busy talking to all you guys. Yesterday I was having a good time talking to you guys. You know, I think I need a thicker micron here. You know, part of the reason I'm going so slow, like recently, I've been using just the 0.1 micron for everything. And I kind of liked it, because I kind of like the... how, because it's thinner, I like the contrast between the thick and the thick lines. But I think I need to speed up just a little bit. So, guys, like, especially when you're working in comics, sometimes you make, what's the word I'm looking for? You make, what's that we're looking for? Where you settle? We settle, okay? We settle for, you know, when the time's running out, you're like, okay. When time's running out, like, okay, I'm going to do what I can to get this done on time. So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm going to try to finish this by at the latest. I would like to finish by 7:30 a.m. my time, if I can, because I actually have things to do today. If not, it is what it is at the same time. But that's the goal, guys. 7:30. So good, what, 3.5 hours? Let's see. Let's see here. Mario needs to go shopping. Go shopping, my friend. You need some meat. Go get meat, my friend. I offended the vegans here. Apologies to my friend the vegans. I'm on a carnivore diet. I'm on a carnivore diet also. I'm gonna go get a pen. Hold tight, guys. Hold tight. I'm gonna get me some. I think I showed you guys. This is a box that Micron sent me last year, full of goodies, as we say. Let me just grab. I think it's 0.5. See, they gave me a box of 0.5s. So probably grab one of these guys. Let's use a 0.5, and it'll help me get this thing done a little bit faster. Okay. See, Richard Weidman says, James, we need the birthday lumpia to celebrate. Birthday lumpia? Sure. Love the lumpia. You know, Richard Weidman, that is definitely not a Filipino last name. So I appreciate that you know what lumpia is. Appreciate it. Lumpia is a Filipino delicacy, as we say. It's so yummy. So, okay, so I don't have any lumpia with me today, guys. Okay, so let's get into your questions. Again, thank you guys for a lot of you put in some questions in the community tab. I actually put it up on Instagram today as well. I put the link up on Instagram, so there might be some new people new to the stream. I am trying to stream every day, guys. YouTube be what's the word I'm looking for? This is probably not the best decision for my channel. I'll tell you guys that, but it's not about that anymore. I mentioned before, YouTube's not my full-time thing anymore, so it's more like we're going to just have as much fun as we can online. Okay, so that's what it's all about here now. So let me get to your questions. By the way, guys, once again, if you want to ask me a question, the best place is actually not the live chat. Now, you guys can go there, you talk to each other. I will glance at it from time to time. But the best way for you to ask me a question today, go to my page here on YouTube, head over here, go to the community tab, and then this one here, this picture here of this is where you ask your questions. And a few of you did. Hit there, comment here, and these are the questions I'm going to answer. Again, because I want the opportunity, if, I haven't done it yet, but, just in case I say something that I feel everyone can benefit from, I could clip it out and then credit you as well for asking the question. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and we'll see the first question here. And the first question is, why did you start drawing and why did you start a channel? Okay, that's a great question. So we're gonna answer that question while I try to work on this leg here. So, by the way, guys, yesterday we were talking about how to finish things on time. Set yourself a deadline, and it doesn't have to be like a giant deadline. Okay, so I'm gonna set a deadline to finish. Horace here. I think I'll try to finish him by. Should I give myself an hour? All right, let's try sooner. Well, half an hour. That's kind of pushing. Can I finish him for half an hour? Let's give myself an hour. Okay, we're trying to finish him by 5 o'clock a.m. Okay, which is like 2 a.m. your time. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so how did I start? How did I become an illustrator? That's the question. Why did I start drawing? And by the way, this is from Diced with a 1. D1CED, Diced. From Diced. What why did you start drawing? I start drawing? Again, I've always been drawing, and I think this is the story for a lot of artists, right? I don't know when I started drawing. I mentioned this quite a bit over the past few days. But it just seemed like something whether somebody's born with a talent or not, that's always the controversial subject. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I seem more adept to drawing. I was a little bit better than everybody else at it. And that, again, that boosts your confidence a little bit, right? When you're a little bit better at something than other people, it kind of boosts your confidence. And it makes you want to do it more. So you're more apt to study more. You're more apt to practice more. So that's what I did when I was a kid, and drawing ever since. But again, I didn't really take it seriously as a career until my last year of high school. Okay, but anyway, with that, why did I start YouTube? Okay, and that's a great question. I was working at a very small video game company. It's called Ubisoft. Not sure if you heard of it. This very small indie game studio. It's called Ubisoft. Maybe I'll give them a little pub. They need it. Okay. But I was working there, and then unfortunately, one of my kids had an accident. Okay, and I needed to take time off work. Okay. Well, I won't say I need to take time off work. I decided not to renew my contract at Ubisoft because I needed to stay home to take care of my kid. So this was, I would say this was 2012 when this happened. And then during that time, I was thinking, I actually did a bit of comics during that time. So I actually did a little bit of work for IDW. It's my first comic book in a long time. So I worked on, what was that series called? Dark Cybertron for IDW at that time. But I needed to stay home. Because my kid needed someone needed to be with my kid. Like my wife's working, so somebody needed to be home. And I was thinking to myself, what could I do? And I was watching a lot of YouTube at that time, and then I came across a cool dude named Mark Crilly. Who we message each other on Twitter, or we tweet to each other now and then. But I think he was one of the catalysts for me to start my YouTube channel, Mark Crilly. And because I was looking around YouTube, and then I saw these videos about, like, for example, how to draw an eye. And I'm like, I can draw an eye. I can do that. I don't know about you, but I can draw an eye. I know how to draw an eye. And this video had like millions of views. And I was looking at all these videos, about how to draw whatever. And Mark Crilly, he has this amazing style, right? And I was thinking to myself, this is something I could do. I don't know if you can make money from this. I mean, this is something you could do. So, because I was off, and because I have had a lot of friends that, my good friends to this day, I actually work with them now. Good friends to this day who knew how to film, who knew how to green screen. I asked their help so I could try doing something on the YouTube. Now, what I was going to do on YouTube, that was the question. Now, I was a big fan of movie pundits at the time. So I was trying to think of two things. I was trying to think of what would interest me. I was trying to think of, because it was more than just drawing when I started off. I was trying to think about what would interest me. What would make me want to do this every day, even if I didn't, even if the views didn't come. What would interest me enough where I would still do this even if the views didn't come? Okay, that was my thought. That was the thoughts in my head. And I was like, I like movies, and I liked movie pundits. Okay, I like people who talked about movies online. Okay, so it was more than just the drawing when I started out YouTube. To be honest with you guys, I wanted to be invited to movie premieres. That was my thing. I wanted to be in the movie premiere. I wanted big movie companies to invite me to movie premieres. So I started listening to a whole bunch of movie pundits. Okay, and you have the OG guys like Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman, my now friends, the Schmoes No crew. Used to love listening to them. And then I would think a little bit later on, they joined up with Collide with at that time it was AMC. They all got jobs at AMC. That's where I got introduced to John Campia, my friend John Campia, and I liked the movie punditry. Okay, but I'm not great of a movie reviewer. But to be honest, I was like, okay, I'll probably get better at it. I'll get better at it. So I was like, how could I be a movie pundit? You see, this is a little different. Some of you think I wanted to be like an artist on YouTube, where I actually wanted to be more like a movie pundit. Right? I wanted to review movies because I wanted to get into movies for free. That's what I wanted. So I was like, how could I separate myself from everybody who's doing movies? That's what I thought to myself. I'm like, okay, what if I reviewed the movies, but at the same time I draw a tribute to the movies? Okay, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, that's my in. That is my in. That's how I'm gonna get there. I gotta draw this tribute to the movies, and then I'm gonna talk about the movies. Okay, so So I'll I'll watch the movie and then review it. And then I thought to myself, okay, then what's a good name for this channel? What's a good name for this channel? And we went through a variety of names. My buddy Martin, some of you guys might know who Martin is. Martin used to appear on this channel a lot. By the way, Martin's doing fantastic now. Very, very, very rich guy now. He's a CEO of a company now. Couldn't be more unbelievably proud of Martin. So if you guys remember who Martin is, couldn't be more unbelievably proud of my brother. He's doing extremely well for himself, and I'm so happy for him. But he came up with a Movie J. So this channel, guys, was almost called Movie J, because we were thinking about a couple things. Like, it's like Movie Day. Like, well, what day is it? It's Movie J. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. So I was trying to think of a name for this channel that had to do with movies, right? So then I thought, what about the box office? Something to do with the box office. And then I was like, okay, well, what if I'm like the box office artist? Okay, so for some of you who didn't know this story, that's where that came from. The box office artist has nothing to do with, oh, my art is so fantastic, it's box office. No, not at all. It had to do with me trying to be a movie reviewer. So I wanted to be a movie reviewer artist. So box office artist. That's where it came from. So we made the logos, and then my friends, and can I give a shout out to my buddies? My buddy Mike, my buddy JJ, who I actually work with full time now. I actually work with them. I love those guys. They're the best. They came, we went to my friend Mike's house, and then we started filming all these reviews. Now, they're not reviews, they were previews. Okay, they were previews of movies, because of course, I can't get it. You're not going to be able to when you start out, So you got to start somewhere. So I decided to make these movie review videos, or movie preview videos. So what I would do is, okay, I know a big blockbuster movie is going to come out. I'm going to kind of preview it. And I got to preview it by making like a movie poster of that movie. So if you guys look at my earliest videos, first of all, I'm 50 pounds lighter. I'm 50 pounds lighter. And I'm there, and I'm trying to explain these movies. Now, my plan was, this was my original business plan. Okay, this is my original business plan. My original business plan was, I'm going to go ahead and make this artwork. Okay, it'll take me a couple days. So I was back then at that time, this is like 2013, right? 2013 when we were going to launch the channel. Back then at that time. Oh, sorry. Make sure you guys can even see what I'm doing. I'm drawing behind my head, guys. Oh, look. I'm painting. Oh, I'm drawing me. I'm drawing me, guys. I'm drawing me. Okay. Back then, YouTube was a bit different back then. Back then, everyone was saying, no, do not post more than once a week. You cannot post more than once a week. So once a week was the standard back then. Once a week. So, okay, I'm going to put a video out every week. I'm going to make a mural every week. Or like this tribute art piece every week. So I'll spend a couple days to do the drawing. Okay. And back then, I would blue line it heavily, and then I would go ahead and ink it. But I would only show the inking on camera back then. So I would do that, and then I would go ahead and write a script, and then do a voiceover. A day for the script and the voiceover, then a day to edit the video with visuals. And the first video was a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun. And again, just like everyone else, when you start off a YouTube channel, guys, like you start off with your family and friends just watching it, and we had some good traction for the first ones. Back then, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And then I noticed after six videos, people love the art. They hated my commentary. What can you do? My wife used to say that a lot. She was like, what can you do when you live in the zoo? What can you do? So I started to say, okay, maybe I'll just focus on the art, because it seems like people are interested. Well, by the way, part of my business plan was, okay, then I'll try to sell the artwork afterwards. So that was all part of the business plan at the time. And that's pretty much. And let me see what I got. A message. You know. Oh look, Francis shared my story. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, my brother. It's like, what can you do when you live in the zoo? So, and let me get my reference up here. So I started doing just artwork on it. Okay. And then after that, I actually got a job. My one of my good friends, his name's Patrick. He's my mentor in film. My buddy Patrick, he was my mentor. I never learned more about the craft of matte painting than from my buddy Patrick. Wonderful guy. I'm not sure where he is now, but he was a good friend of mine. He called me up. He was like, James, we're working. We need some help. We need a modeler here at Spin. Like, I would love for you to come back. So I decided to go back into film. So I put the channel to the wayside. I put the channel to the side, and I went back to film. In the meantime, I got the opportunity, like while I was working in film, I got the opportunity to do a very special project for my church at the time. It was coming up to the 100th anniversary of my church, and I pitched an idea. What if I did a really cool drawing inspired by the Transformers mural I did? Well, actually, not just the Transformers mural. Even what I was doing on my channel, to be honest with you. I said, what if I did this piece that represented 100 years of our church? I'll do it. And it was a giant piece because we did this big celebration in the Philippines. And I said, we'll debut it there. And I worked on it for a year, that particular piece. And it is probably my favorite piece to date, if I'm going to be honest with you. It was a lot of fun. So when time came for me to... I'm not sure if I told you this story. When I think it was 2015, January 2015. I said to myself, hey, look, I am turning 40 years old soon. Okay, I was 38 at the time, I believe. 2015? Yes. 38? 37. Yeah, I was 37 at the time. And was that right? 2015? I can't do math at my own age. Yeah, I must have been 37 at the time. I said, hey, look, I'm turning 40 in a few years. I'm turning 40 years old in a few years. And I wanted the opportunity to do art on my own terms, okay? I had that a little bit with the YouTube channel. But, at that time, and I'll be honest with you guys too, at that time, I was making the most money ever in my life in VFX. At that time, I was making 6 figures in VFX. It was a very hard and stressful job, and I will say that all the rumors you're hearing about Marvel VFX artists, I could 100% believe everything about that. We talked about that the other day. I could 100% believe everything about that. But I said to myself, you know what? I kind of want to do this on my own. Give it a try. I'm turning 40 soon. I wanted the opportunity to do art and not be beholden to a comic book company, or not be handcuffed by editors and art directors. I wanted to do something where it's just me trying to draw. That's what I wanted to do. And I sat down with my wife, and my wife was extremely supportive. And I told her that, we'll make up the extra income by me teaching. So I taught that when I quit my job in 2015 to do art full time. I was still working a good 20 hours a week teaching. I was teaching at 2 schools. I was teaching at Max the Mutt. It's a illustration school here in Toronto. Let me sit comfortably. Max the Mutt. And at Centennial College. I was teaching like 12 hours at Centennial College. And all the while doing my YouTube channel. Now, when I was drawing, I said, what can I draw? What can I do? And then came the idea, because I was a big Star Wars fan. I said to myself, okay, what if I what if I draw, because I believe this year when this started, The Force Awakens was about to come out. I said, okay, what if I did a piece where, oh no, this is after The Force Awakens. I apologize. After The Force Awakens came out, I said, what if I did a piece where I draw all current theatrical release Star Wars movies releases? Make this gigantic mural. Okay. And of course, when you embark on a project like that, you say to yourself, it'd be nice if this went viral. It'd be nice. Okay. But it's not about that. It wasn't about getting viral. I was hoping that maybe it would get some traction, but it was more about, I wanted to make the ultimate fan piece for me. And I wanted, it was very heavily inspired by that mural I did for my church at the time. And I wanted to draw all the movies in a piece that connected with each other. And that's how the journey started. Okay. And that started my long journey. And I told you guys my YouTube story, but that's how I actually got started. Okay. So, long convoluted answer, but that's how the channel started. Okay. How I got viral and all that, I've talked about that many times, and Star Wars Peach Story I just actually talked about very recently, so I don't want to, repeat too much. But yeah, there you go, my friends, there you go. So why don't we, okay, I'm going to go back to the questions. By the way, guys, again, if you want to ask me questions, the chat, probably not the best place because it's on the side here, so I don't glance at it too often. But if you want to go to the community tab, ask the questions there, or I even put a post up on. I put a post up on Instagram, and I'll be answering a few of those questions as well. What time is it, guys? Okay, so I said I'm only going till 5 on this. I might be able to. Finish a little bit earlier now. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at it right now. I probably could get away with starting it earlier. It's one of those things where I want to add a little bit more detail to things, but it's like not necessary because there's already so much going on in this particular piece that it might not be necessary. And that's the balance that you look for in cases like this. Let me know if the music's okay, guys. If the music's a good volume or not. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I will answer this one question from Elijah just because it's a pertinent question, okay? By the way, this is the only question I'm going to answer from the chat, all right? But I like the question. Okay? James, do you need an art school education to get hired? I need this information for my parents. Okay, so that's a 2-tier question, my friend, okay? The immediate answer is, of course not. You don't need school to get hired. Of course not, okay? If you're able to learn, it depends on how you learn, my friend. It all depends on how you learn. In art, I don't know anyone. This is 100%. It's 100%. I forgot. 100% true here. I don't know any company, any like Marvel, DC, Ubisoft. I don't know any company that hires someone based off their grades in school. I don't know anyone. Okay. Now, do companies, like if you want to get into gaming, do companies actually go to schools to see student showcases? Absolutely. Of course they do. Okay. Is it 100% necessary? I will say no. In fact, listen to my interview with Jim Zub. He's a college professor in animation, along with being a prolific comic book writer. He'll tell you that too. He actually said that in his thing too. However, Elijah, I will make this known to you. If you decide not to go to school, understand, okay? This is very, very important, okay? Understand that even if you don't go to school, yes, it's possible. But also understand, a lot of people want to be artists out there. A ton of people want to be artists out there, okay? You are competing with all of those people for that job. And a lot of them are going to school. Okay? So if you're not willing, if you don't want to go to school, okay, but understand that you still have to work just as hard, if not harder, because you're not in school, than those people who are going to school. Okay? Just understand that. Because one thing about school is it's not just the techniques they're teaching you. Sometimes you're going to school for their contacts. Okay? In the course that I taught visual effects here in Centennial College. In the course that I taught, okay, the teachers there, they worked in the industry. They were visual effects supervisors, and they literally plucked their students out to work for them right after. So sometimes you're not paying for the education, you're paying for the contacts. Okay? Now that's up to you to weigh. School's expensive, so I understand that. But know this, Elijah, if you want to be a concept artist, first of all, you know the people who in what's his name? Oh, there's this school in Singapore of this artist, Feng Zhu's school. He makes those guys draw 5 hours a day. 5 hours a day, Elijah. 5 hours a day to be a concept artist. Every single day. He makes them draw 5 hours a day. Aside from their schoolwork. He mentions that in his podcast. 5 hours a day aside from their schoolwork. Okay? That's who you're competing with. You are competing with them. If you are not drawing 5 hours a day, okay, and that's fine if you're not, but understand you're competing with people who are. Okay? And that's for all of you guys. You're competing with people who are. Now, me personally, I needed school because I needed that push. I needed someone to tell me, this is due at this time. This is due at this time of the day, on this day, or else you're going to fail. I needed that, or else I wouldn't have done the work. Okay? I wouldn't have done the work. So, can you make it without school? Yes. But you got to work really hard to do so. It's not about natural talent. Okay? It's about how hard you're willing to work to get where you want to be. Okay? And I'm just telling you straight facts how it is, guys. Straight facts how it is. Okay? It is a lot. It is a lot. But he makes them do it. So if you only work 3 hours a day and they're working 5, who do you think has the advantage? Because that builds up over time. Because if you think about it over a year, if you're working 3 hours a day, they're working 5 hours a day. After 365 days, they're literally 700 and whatever days ahead of you. You know what I mean? Or hours ahead of you. 700 something hours ahead of you. Okay? And I will say this. Sometimes, and this is not you, Elijah. There's some people who go to me and they say, they ask the question, the pertinent question, is school necessary? And I'll tell them the real answer is, of course not. It's not necessary as long as you put the work in. A lot of people ask me that question because they just don't want to go to college. They don't want to go to school. So you got to ask yourself the reason for that question, okay? And I understand why some people don't want to go to school. It's expensive. But there are those, and this is not you, Elijah. I know you're a very hardworking guy. There's some people who don't want to go to school because they're lazy. I'm just telling you the honest truth here. There's some people who ask that question because they're just lazy. They don't want to go to school, right? They don't want to go to school. Okay? Now, I'll tell you, if you are willing to put in the work, if you're willing to put in the hours, if you're able to learn on your own, then yeah, you don't need school. Okay? You don't need school. However, understand that's the competition you have. That's the competition you have. You're competing with everyone. Even in comics, it's like one of those things where you're not just competing, and I mentioned this yesterday. You're not competing with newbies in comics. When you're trying to go for a comic book job, you're not competing with 10-year-old Zach on the corner. Or John on the corner. 10-year-old John or 10-year-old James on the corner there trying to get a job. No, you're competing with 40-year-old Zach, 40-year-old John, who's also trying to get a comic book job that has worked already in the industry. That's who you're competing with. There's no levels of entry. There's no levels of entry, right? So that's the reality. And sometimes we try to base it. We try. Sometimes we try to take the easy way out on these things. So again, real answer to your question there, Elijah, and I have to answer it this way because this is the God honest truth. Okay, can you make it? Absolutely, you can, but you got to be a good self-worker. You got to be disciplined enough to put in the hours every single day, okay, to achieve that. Now, like my friend Mario says here, the education's at your fingertips here. Everything you can learn in school, you could learn on YouTube, easily. So you got to find those tutorials. I always say to all of you guys, if you want to be a concept artist, for all of you here who want to be a concept artist, you go to FZD School or FZD School on YouTube, okay? FZD School, that's Feng Zhu's YouTube channel, okay? Now he has a school, he's the one with the school in Singapore. He has over 100 tutorials there on his channel. Do every single one. Follow along, every single one, okay? And already you're ahead of the game, okay? He has, like, I don't know why he doesn't charge that, right? I don't know why he doesn't charge for that. Like he's giving away like thousands of dollars of information on that channel. But literally, guys, hundreds of tutorials on there. Do every single one. If you want to be a concept artist, you can't afford to go to school, start there. Start there, okay? And then you could get courses that are a fraction of the price of... you can get courses that are a fraction of the price of going to an actual school. So I will say, for example, Bobby Chu's Schoolism. If you go to Bobby Chu's, look up Schoolism. Look up Schoolism, okay? Schoolism by Bobby Chu. You could get access. Now, there's a monthly fee, of course. But you could get access to tutorials from real professionals in all industries over there, okay? If you go to, what's it called? Oh, I forgot that. Gnomon. Gnomon. Gnomon Workshop. There's a subscription service there, and they got hundreds of videos, like 2-hour-long videos. David Finch has a course up there, if I'm not mistaken, where you could learn how to get into the industry. So if you can't afford school, at least try to get resources like that. At least try to get resources like that. Okay? And then work. Work your behind off, Elijah. You're a young guy. And you can do it without school, but you got to work. Okay? So promise me, Elijah, you're going to work, right? You're going to work every day. I know everyone can't do 5 hours a day, but get started, okay? As much as you could do it per day, and then try to add a little bit more every single day, okay? Elijah, promise me that, Elijah. Elijah, you got to promise me. Promise me. I want to see you in the chat. Promise me. Say, I promise. I will work, sir. That's what I'd like to see. There you go. There you go. You're on the right track, my friend. I get very passionate about that. Because everybody wants me to say you don't need school. And you know what? You're right. Everybody wants me to say that. I say that you don't need school if you're willing to work. Okay? You don't need school if you're willing to work. But again, I have friends that never went to school. When I was working in VFX, when I was working on a show called Stargate. I'm not sure if any of you heard of that school. I'm not sure if any of you heard of that show. It's an older show. It's called Stargate. Huge fan of that show, even to this day. Huge fans of that show. They have a great fandom. Stargate. And I had a buddy there. When I first started my job there, I was just right out of school. I just graduated from computer animation. And he was a construction worker. Okay? Right? Hey, Knuckle Sandwich says, I was rejected from graphic design school, but didn't stop me from doing art. You got it, brother. You got it. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. But my friend, he was a construction worker. So he did construction during the day, and then he tried to learn visual effects at night. He read a lot of books. He practiced at night, and then he got his job working with me in visual effects. And then I believe, last I heard, he was at Sony. He was working at Sony in LA. But there's a guy who never went to school. Learned on his own, and was able to do it. but he was willing to put the work in to work on his own. Okay. Again, that is the big difference. That's the big difference. Okay. But it's great you're asking those questions, right? Yeah. So there you go. And also, Elijah, also one thing I will say about school, it's expensive, yes. It's expensive, yes. But number one, if your parents are willing to pay for it, why not go? School is an experience that, it's one of those life things. Sometimes, life's long, guys. Life is long. It's hard. But there are experiences that you could have in life. There's experiences that you wish you had when you get older. Like, there's no rush to anything. So I say, if you have the opportunity to go to school where you're not going to be in major debt, especially those of you who your parents are willing to pay for school, why not take that advantage? What's your rush to get in the industry? What's your rush? Right? There's no rush. It'll be here when you get out of school. But go there, meet friends, meet new contacts, meet teachers, have fun. That's what school's for. That's another reason for school. It's an experience. Maybe an expensive experience, but it's an experience you're going to have your whole life, right? And even Mikkel here says, I met my wife at school. Made it worth the money. There you go, my friend. There you go. Absolutely, right? You're going to experience so many things in school. Sometimes it's more than just the education, guys. It's about life. It's life experience, okay? So, again, up to you. Again, I totally understand the person who doesn't want to go to school. School's expensive. It costs so much these days. And especially in today's economy, it's tough, okay? Very tough. But if you have the means, okay, even if the program's not that great, right? It's the life experience sometimes. So there you go. There you go. There's a decent one in South Africa. Maybe there is, my friend. And thank you for watching from South Africa. I think that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. But I will tell you, though, too, my friend Elijah. I will tell you, though, too, that, because yesterday somebody asked in the stream if being someone not from North America, if you're not from North America, how much will that hurt my opportunity to get a job? And I always say, and I do say that in the art field, it's a little different because it's really about how good you are, okay? But however, if your skill level is the same as someone in the U.S. or someone who's local, of course they're going to go with the local guy first, if the skill set is the same. If the quality of work is the same, they're going to go with the guy local. Of course, it's cheaper for them, right? It's cheaper for them. However, for these bigger companies, like, if you want to go for the big companies like Riot Games or like all of those guys, they got the money to bring you. They've done it forever. So it's about the talent, really. Okay? So especially if you're from South Africa, okay, if you want these companies to pay for you to come to North America or wherever the job is, England, wherever, okay, they could do that, but you got to prove yourself to be worth it, okay? So you got to get your skill level up there as much as you can, all right? There you go. There you go, okay? So, anyway, Red Ranch, and I said I was going to answer questions from the thing, and I should. I will answer this one last question for the chat, guys, and then if you want to ask me a real question, ask me in the community tab. He says, what scope is the character designing art? I'm talking about what's the industry like. It's pretty much what I said. When I was talking about those students working 5 hours a day to get a character design, everybody wants to be a character designer. Because it's fun. It's fun. It's not an easy job. Ask my buddy Andy Park. It's not an easy job. It's a fun, rewarding job, not easy. Not, not stress-free in the least. A lot of things they got to worry about. A lot of things they got to work on, right? So, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, guys, I'm going to answer questions now only from the community tab. So if you want to ask me a question, go to the community tab, my friends. Go to the community tab. And a lot of you did already. So I'm going to go ahead and answer these questions here. Let's see here. Oh. News first. Top comments. First question here. Let's see here. Jose says a piece of art. I don't know what that means. Justin Roberts says, how do you get rid of art block? I think I mentioned this yesterday, and the short answer is you can't, because every artist has a different answer to this, and maybe there's someone who has to figure out the formula. But I think the person who figures out the formula, the person who figures out that formula about how to get over art block, they're going to be a very rich person. The person who figures out the formula and it works, they're going to be a very rich person, because everybody gets it. There are times for everybody when they don't want to draw. That's why it'd be interesting with this channel here. What I'm trying to do, when I'm trying to stream a lot more often, is what happens with the time where I get art block. Okay, I'm very interested to see what happens. Okay, will I still stream? Okay, will I break my streak of consecutive streaming? If that's the case, maybe. Doug Chang, who is like a visual supervisor at like a legendary visual supervisor at Lucasfilm. What he does is he just tries to bang out as much drawings as he can, really bad drawings, until the good drawings come. That's what he says to do. And here I am again drawing this wrong. I know it's drawn. I should really keep my eye on the reference here. As you see here, guys, I'm just kind of sketching it out with a pen. So, whatever works for you, but at the end of the day, you know, everybody stops. Everybody maybe take a walk around the block. Me personally, I wouldn't start playing video games. I wouldn't do anything that would be a huge time commitment. Me personally, but some people do that and it helps them get over it. So, to each his own. I really wish I had the answer for that, but I have no idea. I would say that if you could try to get in the habit of drawing, so maybe take a break from what you're doing and try to draw something that you like to do, or a different subject matter. You know, I know this. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, from the stories I heard, there's an artist named Ken Lashley. I don't know if Francis is still here. Maybe he would know better than me. But talking to the guys who worked with him, they said that what he would do when he was working on comic books is that he wouldn't just do one page 1, then page 2, then page 3. He would work on multiple pages at a time. So he would start drawing one page, and then when he gets sick of drawing it, he'll throw the page aside and start working on a different page. So maybe that could be a way to get over it. Maybe work on multiple things at the same time. If you're working on something for yourself. And maybe that will help you, so at least when you get tired of working on one piece, maybe you'll get the energy to work on the other piece. You know, that might be something to try. Have I done that? I don't think I've done that personally. It's hard to draw without a ruler, guys. Like, why aren't you drawing without a ruler, James? Because I'm lazy. Let's see if I can. I gotta fold the page, guys. I gotta fold the page. I don't have enough room on my table. Yeah, there you go. I got a room on my table here. Okay. It's very dangerous to do this without no sketch, no guidelines. Just trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out, guys. Trying to figure it out. So it's tough. And by the way, if any of you guys in the chat, can I ask if any of you guys in the chat, if you have any ideas, if you got any ideas on how to get over the art block, I'd love to hear them too. Maybe I want to know too, to be honest. I do. What are your techniques to get over art block? I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear that too. So please do share. Please do share. Okay, in the meantime, let's go to our next question. Yusuf says, please do a mashup of Moon Knight and Iron Man. That would be a lot of fun. I was thinking the other day, guys, maybe I will do some mashups on this channel, but a little bit later on, because, I've been doing nothing but mashups for the past year, and they do get views. They do get a lot of views. Again, it's hit and miss, but they do get a lot of views here and there. But again, it's not really about the views right now. It's more about just having some fun with you guys. So we'll see if I'm going to do some more in the future. Not in the immediate future, but maybe. Maybe, my friend. Let's see here. I wanted to do Abalash says, "Hi James, adherent or ardent fan of your work. I want to know, will you do a live stream of DC and Marvel heroes, villains, and heroes, anti-heroes? We would love to watch and hear your insights on those, because that would be fun. Like for every character to talk about them and what I like and not like. I bought a I mentioned this before. I bought a handbook, a DC handbook recently, with the intention of drawing all the DC characters in that handbook. It's like 200 or so characters. Nothing crazy, even though there's like thousands of DC characters. So I was thinking about doing that, but I probably won't be doing that in the immediate future. But we will see, okay? But I will say I will be putting up a poll shortly about what we're going to be doing tomorrow, guys. If I can't finish this. If I can finish this today. Okay, my goal is to finish this today, because we're going to hopefully start something new tomorrow. And I'll give you guys some selections, okay? So keep your eyes, again, guys, keep your eyes on the community tab so you can vote which one I am going to do tomorrow, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So let's see here. Anyone? See, nobody has the answer for our block. I knew that. I knew that. Nobody has the answer for our block. And that's fine. That's okay. So next question here. From Nick Shares says, either Batman or Superman villains combined. Alright, so, okay, so you want me to combine both the villains sets. That'd be fun too. I think that would work. That'd be a lot of fun. I might do some MCU stuff next month, maybe. Like maybe I'll, one thing I did do at the end of the year last year was take all the Marvel projects and mash up the characters from those specific projects, and then mashed up all those characters together, which was a lot of fun. I'm always trying to do things that number one will interest me on this channel, and that you're interested in. Okay, so and also that keeps it a little what we call a little bit fresh. What I doing here? Fresh, a little bit fresher. So fresh and so clean. Okay, this is not the most what's it called? I might add more shadow here to cover up my mistakes. There you go. So, I got to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Let me just turn on my other camera, guys. Okay, so next question here. Next question. I wish I could make this camera here. I have an A6100 here. I wish I could make that camera here go continuous, but for some reason it overheats whenever I'm filming in 4K. Like it overheats pretty fast. Okay, so next question. From Timbo says, will you draw an art piece to honor Kevin's voice of Batman the Animated Series? Yes, a lot of you mentioned that of course we lost a legend in the pop culture world, Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman the Animated Series, and condolences to the families of Kevin Conroy. But will I be doing a tribute piece? Probably. I'll be honest, probably not. Right now, it would have to be the right thing. So we'll see. Maybe one day, but we'll not probably in the immediate future. But you never know. That's my answer. The honest answer. I want to make sure I would give you guys honest answers here, and that's probably my answer to that. Okay, but yes, condolences to the family of Kevin Conroy. Okay, Ray Ian Delgado says, did you watch Black Panther: Wakanda Forever? If so, what did you think? Yes, I'm gonna give spoilers for the entire movie right now. Okay, so first of all, Thor shows up, and Scar. They all show up, and then Scar grew his hair long, and it also came out of his armpits, and then and they're like, "Hey, what's up, Namor?" And then who are you? And then I'm like, and Scar's like, "Hey, I'm the son of the Hulk," and they're like, "Really? Oh wow!" And they're like, "Okay, let's be friends." And then they went and they go eat some balut, and then okay. I didn't see the movie yet. I'm gonna watch the movie today. I'm watching the movie today this afternoon. I'm excited to see it, guys. I'm really excited to see the movie. So we'll see. Okay, we'll definitely see. By the way, guys, and I'm having some fun here. Just joking. Please no spoilers in the chat for a while. Okay, guys. Let's give everyone a chance to see it. Okay. So I'm gonna watch it today. Yes, that's right. Henry Cavill returned. And he said, like, "Namor, we have to talk." And then the balance of the Marvel Universe has changed. There you go. What time is it, guys? Oh, I think I reached my hour limit. Oh, no. I said till 5. I'm almost done here, guys, in terms of the Horus character. Then we're going to get to start sketching out the Emperor of Mankind here. Again, not the cleanest right now, guys, but it's one of those things where, you do as much as you can, the basics, and then you can always go back and fill in more later. Okay, but as long as the basics are sound, you're pretty good. Okay, does he have a cape? That's my one. Oh, from Joseph Lim threw in a super chat there. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you so much, Joseph. James is the best. Much love. You're the best, Joseph. You're the best. And thank you so much again for the super chat. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. You're the best. Thank you. Let's see here. Next question. Okay, and again, guys, if you want to ask a question, go to the community tab. Better place to ask a question. Okay, from Ilaria. Okay, I've been asking a lot of questions recently. So thank you so much, Ilaria. TCG. James, you do the most detailed drawing ever. How have you ever seen the work of the old ink masters like Frank LeBouf, Joseph Clement, Cole, or Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein? Your stuff is so detailed too. What are your thoughts on that kind of art? Love these streams, by the way. I'm a huge Bernie Wrightson fan. I love his work. Absolutely love his work. Again, guys, whenever I label something the most detailed drawing ever, all that is marketing. Okay, all that is marketing. I am well aware it's not the most detailed drawing. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. That'd be foolish. Foolish. You'd be a fool to think it's actually the most detailed drawing ever. Of course, when you guys. Like even Kim Jong-gi, again, late great Kim Jong-gi. Someone mentioned, of course, we lost another wonderful comic book artist, one of my favorites, Carlos Pacheco. We lost him just a couple days ago. Like Kevin O'Neill, wonderful artists out there that we are losing this year. But yeah, a lot of those greats, they are amazing. Like there's this one girl on Instagram, even I forgot her name. But she does these like landscapes. She does like these gigantic city drawings in pen and ink, right? And they are phenomenal. Like they are phenomenal. I forgot her name. But yeah, definitely. When I label something most detailed drawing, I'm fully well aware it's not. Okay, that's why I try to not make it clickbait by going I think. Or I should change that. Maybe I should put it's not. It's not the most detailed drawing ever, but it could be. It could be, right? So, but yeah. Love. I'm not too familiar with some of those guys, but yeah, definitely Bernie Wrightson. I really like Bernie Wrightson's work for sure. But by the way, guys, and like I mentioned before, just because somebody's detailed doesn't mean they're gonna get, that means they're better than other artists. Because they're definitely a slower artist. The more detailed artist is definitely the slower artist. If we're gonna be 100% real. So the detailed artist, unless they have a big fan base, they're not gonna get as much work as the not as detailed but awesome artist. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense, right? Just because somebody's detailed does not mean their work is better. And this is coming from a guy who hangs his hat on being detailed. I was extremely slow when I was working in comics. Again, another reason why I don't think I lasted that long in comics. One reason why I didn't last that long in comics was mainly because I was slow. I was very, very slow. So, professionalism trumps detail any day of the week. When I say what does that mean, professionalism? When you're able to meet all of your deadlines. When you do exactly what you say you're going to do. Okay? That trumps how fast, that trumps the amount of lines you add to a piece. Okay? So definitely work on that first. Okay? Now next question. Zank Snake CH. Horace, it is. 10-pound brain says, more Warhammer, please. Yes, please. Brody McClinton says, I really like when you draw someone, then try to give it to them in the movies. Will you be doing that anytime soon? So he likes like the rock thing and the canner thing. That's unfortunately a no. Okay, I probably won't do that. I am even gonna say that ship has sailed in terms of the VFX side. That ship has sailed, mainly because I don't really have time to do that anymore. Those videos take so much time. They take so much effort, and they're extremely expensive. They're extremely expensive. I'll be honest with you guys. That Keanu Reeves video, that cost me thousands of dollars to produce. Like, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap to produce. That cost me thousands of dollars for something that literally only made $30. Because that video only got like what? Well, I wouldn't say $30, but let's see, it got about what's it at now? Like 40,000 views, something like that. On the low end, that's like $40. So you imagine that, spending thousands of dollars on a video, and the return is $40, right? So talk about a loss. Talk about a loss. But I don't regret it because I enjoyed making that video. But videos like that, they're not cheap. They're very expensive to produce. If you don't know the skill, right? So, I hired, like Kevin, my buddy Dr. Masaki's been working on that film for a year. And it's definitely not Kevin's fault that the video didn't do well. It's not. It was my fault because, I was the art director. I came up with the script for that thing, and it just didn't resonate. So, it is what it is. You get the hits. Like the Rock video, which was 100% worth the time and effort. Even the Ryan Reynolds one, that was worth the time and effort. But then you got the misses, so everything's hit and miss, guys. And then even the last few videos I did, the one where I put myself in the No Way Home video, in the No Way Home movie. If you guys haven't watched that, go watch that. That's a fun video. But again, that video cost me thousands of dollars to produce for only 60,000 views. So as you can see, guys, it's tough. And again, just because you spend so much money on something doesn't mean you deserve the views. Every video deserves as many views as it got. It just means people didn't resonate with it, no matter how much work you put into it. So, there you go. Hey, Weblight, good to see you, my friend. Hi, Michael. How you doing? Good to see you guys. There you go. But I did want to do those videos because doing those videos, like the Optimus Prime video, where I met Optimus Prime. That's one of my favorite videos of all time. I love that video because that particular video there. If you talk about a video that represents who I am as an artist, it's the Optimus Prime video, guys. Where I meet Optimus Prime, because that includes everything I've ever learned in art. Okay, from the comic book side to the Transformer side to the visual effects side. Like, it was everything all in one video. If you want a video that represents who I am professionally, it's that video where I meet Optimus Prime. It would be that video. So in terms of me actually doing those again, not for a long time. Long time. Because I'll be honest, I don't have the skill to pull that off on my own. I don't. I need Kevin here, or I need to hire a visual effects artist to do it. I just don't have the skill to do it on my own, and they just take too much time, and I don't have the time to do it. So, okay, guys, I think that's good enough. We made our deadline. It's 4:57. Okay, we made the deadline, guys. High five! Made the deadline. We made the deadline. Hooray! Now, it's time to draw the Emperor of Mankind. Time to draw the Emperor of Mankind. Let's go. Let's go. Velmergan from Velmergan says, "Oh, sorry. What? I keep saying your name wrong. I even say your nickname wrong. Was it Witless? Yes. How did James? How draw so well? Practice, my friend. Practice. I love it when people ask me that question, but they take out the most obvious and real answer to the question, which is learning and practice. Because also learning, I think, is just as much as important as practice. Okay, because you could be working, you could spend like hours upon hours working, right? Even like 10 hours a day. But if you're not looking to improve how you do things, if you're just drawing the same old thing over and over again, and you're not learning, and that's the most important thing, guys, learning. If you're not learning, then you're not going to get as far ahead as you think you will. You will get a little bit more ahead, but you won't be as far ahead as the person who tries to learn while they're drawing at the same time. Okay, so it's twofold. It's not just drawing for for 5 hours. It's learning while you're drawing. That's the other thing. That will get you more ahead. But I love people say, aside from that, what else can I do? No, that's the only thing you can do. You could take these talent pills. I'm going to start selling them, by the way. We're going to go talent pills. These pills will make you draw more lines. There you go. This medicine. There you go. Talent pills. Talent pills. Oh, thank you, CIC. Says I should be a motivational speaker. I try, my friend. I try. Now, consider this your friendly uncle giving you advice. That's what this channel is. Okay? Your friendly uncle giving you guys art advice. So there you go. All right, time. It's time, guys. It's time for the Emperor of Mankind. Emperor. I have no references here, guys. I'm just gonna Google it now. Emperor's New Groove? No. Emperor of Mankind. There you go. There you go. This guy's awesome. I think I drew this guy before. Did I draw this guy before? I think I drew this guy before. I think I did. Right? There you go. Talent pills, $49.95, limited time only. Link in the description. There you go. The red or the blue pill website. Red or the blue pill. Who wants some talent pills? By the way, disclaimer, that was a joke. Okay, there's no such thing. No such thing. Let's see here. Just looking at another question here, guys. From my buddy, Comic Book Bob. And by the way, good to see you here, Bob. Have you thought about doing the Titan mechs from Warhammer as well? Well, you know, if this does well, maybe. I have seen those Titan mechs. They're pretty awesome. And you guys know I could probably do a comparable job doing those Titan mechs. So you never know. We'll see. We will see, my friends. Okay, so next question here. I should put this up on the screen. It's actually better if I put it up on the screen. Let's see here. Samira says, I have a question. Why do some people criticize artwork? Even if the artwork is good, and they themselves don't know how to draw? That's an actual excellent question, because I actually get that question a lot. You know what I consider it as, guys? Because I always see that. I always see people, somebody would criticize the art, and then the immediate reaction is, can you do better? You show me you do better. You better do better before you're able to criticize. I will say this, guys, okay? In part, that's true. But you also look at things like... you also have to look at things like sportscasters, right? People who analyze sports teams. So whether you are in the world, whether that be like football analysts, whether that be like the soccer, football, regular football. You look at hockey analysts. A lot of them don't play hockey. A lot of them don't play football. Okay? But that doesn't stop them from understanding when something is good or not. Okay? Or if somebody's playing well or not, because they look at a lot of it. And they know what they like and what they don't. They look at the game a lot, and then they know, they understand what the keys to winning, or from what they've seen before. Okay, so I would not. Okay, and this won't be a popular answer. I would not 100% dismiss somebody who gives you criticism of your work. In fact, I think that if your immediate reaction to anyone who gives you criticism of your work is, well, can you draw? I think that's very defensive, if I'm going to be 100% honest. That's very defensive. I would, if I were you, okay, I would step back. Even if they can't draw, okay, step back and ask yourself, do they have a point to what they're saying, okay? Because remember, your audience, the people that you are trying to sell your artwork to, they're not artists. If you're trying to sell your artwork to the general public, they're not artists, okay? But they know what they like. Comic book fans aren't artists. A lot of them are not artists, but they know what they like. They know the art style that they like. Okay, I'm not here to give you the popular answers. I'm here to give you the real answers. They know what they like. And if they don't like your work, they say something is wrong with your work, you got to take a step back and say, well, what are they saying? They're saying the face looks off, right? Even the other day, even yesterday, 2 days ago, someone said, hey, James, like, your Sonic drawing sucks, right? And then they said the face looks off. And it was because of the eyes. And I took a step back and I looked at him like, you know what? You're right. They're actually right. Because I made the eyes too far apart. It did not look like Sonic. My son came in the room and he's like, Dad, what's up with the face? He doesn't look like Sonic. And that's a fan of the franchise. Okay? So I would not dismiss them. I would not dismiss their comments. I would take a step back and say, do they have a point? Really something we worked on a long time. And I lost my pencil, by the way. First of all, I lost my pencil. And I kind of need my pencil to draw the guy. Hold up. We need to take a step back, and sometimes we like our art so much that we think there's nothing wrong with it. When even me, I see mistakes in this piece right now. I see a lot of things. Okay? I see a lot of things wrong with it. Okay? Every piece of art is not perfect. It's not. Every piece of your art is not as good as you think it is. No matter how long you work on it. No matter how long you work on a piece of art, it's not perfect. Nor should it be. Because if your artwork was perfect, there's no room to grow. There's no room to get better. And with every single piece, you should be asking yourself, how can I make this piece better than the last one? That's what you should be asking yourself. Okay? So to my friend Samira here, when you say that, why do people criticize our work if their work is good and they themselves don't know how to draw? Well, the absolute truth, the real answer is it's good to you. And it might not be good to them. Now, not saying there's trolls. Of course there are. There are people who just try to get under people's skin. There are who just try to, they want people to get a rise. They want to fight online because that's all they have. Okay. But ask yourself, do they have legitimacy to what they are saying to you? Are they being legitimate in what they are saying? Okay. Do they have a point? The face looks off. Well, why does it look off? So for me yesterday, I was like, you know what? He's right. The face looks off. And I tried to fix it. I don't think I 100% fixed it. I think it looks a little bit better than before. But you know what? To that person who said the artwork sucks, maybe now that's not the best way to approach it. But it got me to think, like, wait a minute. Let me take a step back here. Let me take a step back. Okay? What is what they're saying legitimate? Okay? Because, right or wrong, you know when you feel something's off, whether you're an artist or not. You know what you like. So some people here, like Dan who came in and likes the artwork. Thank you so much, my friend. Likes the artwork. But there could be somebody who comes in and say they don't like the artwork. And you know what? They're right. If they don't like the artwork, they don't like the artwork. Everyone's different. I like, there's artists I love and there's artists I hate that everyone loves. Well, I won't say hate, but I'm not a big fan of their art style. There's actually quite a few of those that I'm really not a fan of their art style. Like I wouldn't draw it personally. Or they have a style that I'm not really into. But a lot of people like what they do. And you know what? That's great. Who am I to say they're wrong? For example, I love Rob Liefeld stuff. I do. I grew up with this stuff. I grew up with, it's one of the things that got me drawing was Rob Liefeld stuff. A lot of people don't like his style. Okay? They say all these things about his art, but at the same time, that got me into art. It got me into art. I'm not going to defend that you're wrong, his art's fantastic. No, because that's how you felt. Or not you, but that's how those people felt about his art. So, are they wrong too? No, they're not. They're absolutely right. But Rob Liefeld's work, it totally helped me get into comics. It started me on this career path. Okay, no matter what kind of business person you think he is or whatever. Okay, that's a different story. But collecting those Image comics about Youngblood. If I could be 100% honest, if there was a book that I wanted to work on when I was younger, I think Youngblood would top that list. Youngblood and Cyberforce. Those two books I would have loved to work on. Those were my dream books. Youngblood and Cyberforce. I don't think even Rob owns the rights to Youngblood anymore, if I'm not mistaken. He doesn't even own the rights to that book anymore. But those two, Youngblood, Cyberforce, those would be. Those are two of my favorite books of all time. I would love to draw them. I should have worked on the pose first before doing the armor. That's what I should have done. That's what I've done. Dan wants a print of this already. Oh, awesome, my friend. Awesome. I'll be honest, guys. That's my favorite saying. You guys know that. I'll be honest. I am thinking about opening my store again. Comic Book Bob says, I used to hate on Liefeld, then I met him. Super nice. Very energetic, passionate about comics. His podcast is very informative. Check it out if you have a chance. Yes. Here's the thing with Rob. Again, you don't have to like his artwork, guys. You don't have to like his style. But I remember talking to a local comic book artist here. His name's Mike Ruth. Because we were sitting beside each other. And he was beside him at a comic convention. Okay? And Rob always has hundreds of people lining up. lining up to see him every convention. Okay, every convention. But he said after being beside him for the convention, totally changed his view on Rob Liefeld. Totally changed his view. He says he doesn't have to like his actual artwork itself, but he respects the man's business acumen. He respects the fact that people come up to him and then they just start shouting stuff at him, like obscenities, all that stuff, and he doesn't even flinch. He doesn't let it faze him. He just ignores it and moves on, right? His professionalism at shows, anyway, he said he found a whole new respect for him. Now I don't know if that's changed or not. Like that was his opinion. That was a few years ago when he told me that, a while ago. So we'll see. Weblight says Top Cow is holding a talent hunt. Maybe I should apply, my friend. Maybe I should apply. Let's see here. Next question. You know, I've been going to the questions on my phone. It's kind of hard. So let me. Okay, I'm just gonna open up another browser here, guys, just so I can see the questions. Okay. By the way, guys, again, I'm giving priority. I'm giving priority to the questions that are in the community tab. Okay, so if you want to ask me a question, please go to the community tab and then ask me your questions there. Okay. Let me go sort by who's first. Okay, so next question here. So Samira, like I understand where you're coming from for sure, and trolls don't give them a time of day. We know the trolls, right? The trolls are just the people who go, you suck, you ugly. But if they say they don't like your art, and again, this is where I come from. They say you don't like your art, and they give you a reason why they don't like your art. Okay, doesn't hurt to see if their criticism is valid. Because at the end of the day, it actually might make you a better artist. It might, okay? So, because even if you ask me, I don't consider myself better than any other artist. You know, I just do what I love to do. If people like it, if they don't, that's really up to them. But I would never say I'm a better artist than this person or that person. Because it's also very subjective, too. It's also very subjective. So, teach his own, my friends. Teach his own. Okay, next question. What's your ranking from Vlog ILY? What is your ranking on different publishers? Does Marvel or DC hold top spot? Or is there another one that you hold higher? Okay, so let me preface this, guys. Because number one, I don't collect comics anymore. I tried to get before the pandemic. I was starting to again before the pandemic. I was starting to bring my son. My kids. You know, that was our thing. We would go to Gotham Central Comics here in Ontario, Canada. Shout out to Carlos. Carlos is awesome. I would bring them every Wednesday, because I wanted them to have that excited feel I used to have whenever it was Wednesday. Whenever it was Wednesday, the new comic book day, I wanted them to have that excitement I used to have when I was a kid. Oh, new comic book day, what's coming out? Woo! Hold on. I'm trying to figure out the best way to see. This is the thing when I don't lay out the book, guys. I'm trying to figure out this pose here. Trying to think, is it better? Because he's got this flaming sword, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to figure it out. But anyway, I wanted my kids to have that excitement I used to have. Comics are coming out, the new comics, I can't wait. So we were doing that for a bit, and then the pandemic hit, and then we just kind of fell off that, right? So I haven't really seriously collected comics, guys, for a good... since I was working in comics. That's how long ago it was. So not since 2006, I would like to say. 2006. So it's a very hard question for me to answer because, to be honest, I don't read any of the new comics. I don't. So I will tell you. How about this? Instead of me saying my favorite comics, I will tell you. It's hard question to answer. It really is. That's a hard question to answer, especially since I don't read the newer companies too. Like I don't read any Dynamite comics, or I don't read any Boom comics. Like Aftershock comics. I believe Mike Martz is the editor-in-chief of Aftershock comics. Mike Martz, he was extremely kind to me. Mike Martz saw potential in me. I never worked with him professionally, but he always made time to critique my work online. He would always answer my emails. Like talk about professionalism. Like Mike Martz always gave me the time to give me, like, he was at the time, he was the editor of X-Men at the time, and I would send him samples all the time, and he would always answer me, and he would always give me wonderful advice. So I don't know if he's still in Aftershock Comics. You know, it's hard to name names for the past when you don't know much about them today, because you never know what kind of status they have today. Yeah, right. You don't know what status they have these days, so yeah, you're always afraid to mention somebody because you're like, oh, is this guy still, this guy not canceled? I don't know. Is he not canceled? I don't know. I don't know. Mike Mark's not canceled, right? He's not, right? So, Bob, you haven't heard anything, right? Is Mike Mark's canceled? No. But Mark Martz was really good to me in that sense. So I will tell you my favorite eras, though. So I'm not going to do that ranking because I won't give an informed ranking because I don't know. I don't read today's comics. I don't, and I haven't for a while. Okay, so I really don't want to answer that part of the question, but I will answer my favorite part was the Image Comics boom. Again, that's where I started. That's where I got my love for comics. The Image Comics boom. It was that. Whoops. It was that art style. It was that art style that got me into comics, that made me really fall in love with comics. The Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, Bart Sears is comic book, Bob says. Bart Sears, he is everybody's teacher. I even think, isn't he on YouTube now too, Bart Sears? Bob? Isn't Bart Sears on YouTube now too? But Bart Sears, he used to do these tutorials in Wizard Magazine. And everybody used to follow those tutorials. Brutes and Babe, right? Everybody used to follow Bart Sears. He was everybody's teacher, right? He was everybody's teacher back in the day. But that Image Comics boom, that changed everything. That changed the game. It made me excited. That's what made me go to the comic book store every Wednesday, was that Image Comics boom. So it was my favorite time. It was definitely my favorite time. Most modern comics aren't for me. I hear you, Bob. I hear you. For sure. For that time where everything was just no nonsense, just fun action, I wasn't really a story guy either. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why maybe that's why Image Comics was for me. Just joking. But for example, I wasn't really into Vertigo, right? Yes, I saw Andy Smith was on YouTube, right? But I wasn't really into Vertigo. It was like if you wanted to read awesome stories, Vertigo was where you go. That's where they published Sandman, Animal Man, like all those stories. Like my buddy Todd, I have a buddy. His name's Todd Foster. He was my best friend in high school. I have no idea what he's doing now. Last I heard, he was at art school and then never heard from him again. But he was a big Vertigo fan. He loved Vertigo. But I was definitely more the Image Comics Splash. I was that guy. I loved the comics. I loved the artwork in comics back then. So let's see here. Weblight says I haven't bought a comic in a while. See, I'm with you. I'm with you. I haven't. Oh, he shows up on your stream, Bob. Really? That's cool. Yeah, you reminisce about the good old days. The good old days. Old comic book days. Like, everything's changed so much these days, The industry's changed so much. Let me see. I'm trying to find... You know, the one good thing about the horse, like I found a lot of like statues and stuff, which makes it a little bit easier. Like I'm going off. You know, there's a lot of room for interpretation with these Warhammer guys. So how much detail you put in is really up to you at this point. So I'm trying to figure out how I want this other hand to go here. It's actually confusing me. So, sorry, I went off on a tangent, and then I realized I need to cut straight out the drawing just a tiny bit, guys. Just a tiny bit, because I got to figure out where everything goes. See, the smart thing was to lay out the whole thing first before. Before actually going into the inking side. I want to make sure you guys can see this. Here you go. Yeah. Oh, the Artist Elite books. Yes, that's right. That's a new company. Like Artist Elite, you know, you hope it would be like Image, because so many... There's a new comic book company, guys, called Artist Elite Comics. And a lot of professionals that I admire and that I've worked with. I don't want to say worked with, but I've been in contact with. They started this new comic book company called the Artist Elite, and I think that's pretty awesome. And I really hope it does well for them. So we'll see. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get the sword in here without. I'm trying to figure out how to get the sword in here. The best way to get the sword in here. Without making the pose look awkward. So I'm right now I'm in the thinking area here. How many characters will I? It's just the two, buddy. It's just the two. We're gonna keep this one simple for the most part. See, I want the sword to be prevalent. I'm trying to, I'm also thinking of composition wise, because I have a line going down this way, right? I got this line going here, and I'm trying to think of composition wise. Should go there. So, trying to make the decisions, guys. Trying to make the decisions. But yeah, that era, man, that Image Comics area, there was nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Because, the days of the rock star artists, they're gone, Because I also think that was one big attraction back then. The rock star comic book artist. It's not really here anymore, right? Back in the 90s, like they were treated like rock stars. They really were. All those Image Comics guys, they were like the Beatles. The Beatles of art. That's some of you don't even know what the Beatles are. Beatles the band? No, Beatles the life form. That's a Jeff Ross joke. You're as old as the Beatles, not the band, the life form. Beatles the life form. Let's see here. The Beatles was a big band in the 60s, guys. A lot of you are much younger than that. Even me, I'm a young guy. But maybe something like that. Okay, I don't mind that. His arms up a bit more, so this would start a little later. And then he needs a bigger fist. Yep, webtoons are very popular website, for sure. My kids actually read a lot of comics, web comics. They do. They read a lot of web comics now, It's just like everything else, like music, things get free after a while. Which is bad for the industry, but good for the kids who want to read it, right? Maybe something like that, guys. Actually, this will give me an opportunity to show a little bit more of the chest. Something like that. Something like that. There you go. Yeah, guys like Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, Todd McFarlane, Will Spartaccio, even guys like Joe Matt or David Finch. You don't see that anymore. Nope. Those guys are on their ways because now you see guys that do get popular on Instagram, right? You get like you know, like a lot of these guys get like these big followers on Instagram. One guy that has a gigantic following on Instagram is a guy I used to work with. His name's Omar Dogan or Dogan. I never know how to pronounce it, but he was one of the first guys I met when I worked at Dreamwave. But that guy has like 700,000 followers on Instagram. He does this really cool. I've never seen an artist more quote-unquote professional than Omar. Omar was lightning fast. He would do a page in like an hour. But he has a style that makes it possible to do a page in the hour. He worked on Dark Minds. He was the second artist on Dark Minds. And he was just, he was a beast. He was a beast. Like, I never actually sat down and talked to him personally, but Omar. But again, guys, now it's all about trying to sell your stuff at conventions. It's not really about doing the comic books anymore. So, which is fine. Which is fine. Okay. I'm going to have to get to ink soon. It's already 5:30. I wanted to finish this in 2 hours, but we'll see. I will go as long as it takes, guys. I will go as long as it takes. Because I really do want to finish this today. I do want to start something new tomorrow. Okay, so I will do what it takes. Do what it takes to make this right, you know? Let's see here. Sam Keith. I love Sam Keith. The Max? That's another character I'd love to do. The Max, you know? So. You know, maybe we'll, since I'm streaming every day, maybe we'll take like one day of the week where I'll just draw whatever. Like the most, like an obscure character or an Image Comics character, just for fun, you know? Just for fun. Mara's asking what's next after this. So I'll give you guys a choice. I'm thinking we could do a couple things. We could do, I don't know, we could do Ninja Turtles. We could do God of War Ragnarok. That might be one. A lot of you guys have been asking me to do that. One Piece. I got to show you guys the figures I have for the One Piece. I'm thinking about that. So I'll let you guys vote. Okay, you guys are gonna vote what I'm going to do next. I'm gonna put a poll up later today. Take a look at that, and then we'll do that. Okay. Next question. That was a long, convoluted question. Answer. I don't think I even answered the question. There you go. M. Hattie draws. Hattie draws? M. Hattie draws. Will you draw dinosaurs? Maybe. Or what was that cartoon when we were kids? Bob, wasn't there like a dinosaurs cartoon? Isn't there a property called Dino Force or something? I'm not talking Power Rangers. I'm talking about, wasn't there like there was like a dinosaur cartoon? Like maybe like something like a dinosaur as humans thing. Maybe I'll do something like that. But we'll see. We will see. But I'm thinking One Piece. Altered Beast! See, there you go. That's another one. Altered Beast. Like, for example, maybe one day on the weekend, I'll draw something that's, like, completely out there, like Altered Beast. Just for fun, right? Just to try something fun, you know? Forget the views. Forget who's interested. Let's just go and do something, like, really wacky, you know? Let's do some really wacky. Right? So, let's see here. My buddy Michael. Is Michael still here? Michael Alpha still here? Did he go to bed? Who's your favorite DC character to draw besides Batman? I'm trying to think of characters that it'd be the one I haven't drawn before. because again, so many characters in DC that. Oh, I'm going to the inking stage here, guys. Let me make sure the cameras are on for the inking stage. Okay. So, another question. Let me ask the chat here. What DC character would you like to see me draw? I'm thinking I would have fun with a character like Lobo. Lobo might be interesting to draw. I drew I drew what's it called, Green Lantern with a giant mech before, with the intention of actually giving it to Jeff Johns when Jeff Johns came to visit Toronto, but never got around to it. Let's see here. Dr. Fate, Arrow. I did Arrow before. Cyborg, yeah. Cyborg makes sense because of all the stuff on Cyborg, right? Makes a lot of sense. Maybe Cyborg. Let's see here. Beast Boy. maybe Beast Boy. So, guys, why don't you keep that going? What characters would you like me to draw? In general, maybe. Even in general. Let's put that general out in the regular chat there, okay? What would you guys like to see me do? Now that I'm doing this every day, we have time to have some fun. James Bond. Poopability wants James Bond. Right? Okay, where's my giant marker? By the way, guys, if here's a deadline tip, okay? Because I would like to get this done in 2 hours, okay? In 2 hours. So sometimes what I like to do is I'll get all the dark shadows done first. Everything that has to do with a marker, I'll try to get that done first, and then if I have time, I will add the extras. Because I always say, guys, like I always say the details, they're icing on the cake. They're not the cake. Okay? So just because something's detailed does not necessarily mean it's a good drawing. Okay? And I gave examples of that before. So this is no different when it comes to that. So I could go here and then actually just go ahead and do all of the, for example, like that. Do all of the, oops, I made a boo-boo again. Guys. Made a boo-boo again. Do all the basic forms first, and then go back and then add the detail. Because that way I'll have time, right? So, let's see. Deathstroke, CIC wants Deathstroke. Stripe from Stargirl, that'd be interesting. For sure, Stripe. Doom Patrol, right on. Justice Society with Jay Garrick and Stargirl. Yep. Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry would be a fun, easy one, That would be a fun, easy one. I need the 5. Well, this is a 0. I'm using a 0.5, guys. 0.05. I want a regular 5. Like, how come my lines are so thin? Oh, that's why. That's why. Rick and Morty. I did Rick and Morty before. Doraemon. Joseph Doraemon. You know what I wanted to draw in terms of Doraemon? I saw this really, really cool Doraemon mech. Have you guys seen that? The Doraemon mech? If you haven't, Google it. Look it up. Doraemon mech. And speaking of mechs, like I also saw like a Toy Story mech. Have you guys seen that? The Toy Story mech? Like Google those things. Those are funny stuff. I probably won't do the Toy Story one, but the Doraemon one, that might be interesting to draw. The most detailed drawing ever of Doraemon mech. I don't know if that will get views or not, but it'll be a lot of fun to draw, for sure. Let's see here. Gabriel Seth from 40K. There you go. Digimon. Nilasha says, so beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay. So let's go back to the other question. So favorite DC character, Michael. Off the top of my head, I'll go Lobo. I'll go Lobo. I like to try my hand at the Lobo. Oh no, maybe I could do something with Steel. But I drew Steel before, but maybe I could kind of do a redesign for Steel. Like I know Steel in Supergirl kind of look like Steel and Supergirl. Just look at, to be honest, Steel and Supergirl kind of look like a generic video game character to me. Again, like generic video game armor, but I like the fact that was the swerve in there. Steel. I thought that was pretty cool. Right? Shaquille O'Neal Steel? I drew that before, Knuckle Sandwich. I drew that before. I drew a Shaquille O'Neal Steel before. It's actually pretty funny. Adrian says, favorite 2022 movie? My favorite was Nope. And that's good. I've never watched Nope. That had mixed reviews, for sure. I haven't watched that many movies this year. I'll go Everything Everywhere All at Once. I really enjoyed that movie. Off the top of my head, that's what I would say. Okay, that's from Adrian Parkinson. Right? So. But I'll go Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was probably my personal favorite so far. Will that change after I watch Wakanda Forever today? We'll see. So I am going to watch Wakanda Forever today. And I will give you my review tomorrow. So let's see here. Next question. Poopability asks, have we watched Black Panther Wakanda Forever? What's your opinion on it? Again, yeah, I'm catching an afternoon show today. So really excited about it. Gonna bring the family. And I will let you know my thoughts tomorrow on the movie. We'll talk about it tomorrow. You know, guys, but I will say that and I mentioned this earlier this week in my streams, that the thing with the Marvel movies these days is that I don't have the urgency that I once had. Like if this was even like a year ago, I would be like, oh, we need to watch this opening night. I gotta be there opening night. I gotta be the first showing on the Thursday. I have to be the first showing on the Thursday. I have to stay off the internet. You know, I used to be like that when it came to all Marvel movies. Now it's like, I'll see it when I see it. It doesn't mean that I think it's going to be a bad movie or anything. It's just the interest level, even for me, has kind of dropped. It's kind of dropped. So we'll see. Yeah. Wakanda Forever is a 3-hour movie. Absolutely. That's why I didn't get a late show, because I'm bringing my kids, and originally I was thinking about seeing it last night, and then try to come in here all tired and stuff. But then, it's a 3-hour movie. Like I was thinking about getting a 9 o'clock show, so I would have been home like at 1, and then try to stream at 3. Yeah, like no. So I'm catching like a 3 o'clock show, 3 p.m. show. So hopefully that's good enough. I need more reference. I wish there was. I'm trying to find better reference of this Emperor of Mankind. I'm trying to figure out what the middle part looks like. Because there's different versions of it I'm seeing here online, right? There's very different versions. Very different ways people draw. It's all different. Like, everybody draws it differently. Like I see one here where like the bird heads are double the size. It's kind of weird. So let's see here. Why don't you post non-spoiler free theater reactions? Garv says. Good to see you, Garv, by the way. The reason is because I'm not. That's not me. And that's not what I do personally. I could. Like, it doesn't. At this point, it doesn't really matter, guys. I probably could. Definitely could. But do I want to? That's always the question. Do I want to? Do I want to do it? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe not. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like, I see one Emperor of Mankind here with the 2 bird heads on the chest, and I see others with 1. That's the thing. Like, he's got 1 here, and then they got 2 on the other one. So I'm kind of confused what to do here, guys. Maybe I'll just do 1. I'll do 1. And we'll leave it up to artist interpretation, okay? Artist interpretation. How does the artist interpret the drawing? There you go. Let's see here. The eagle has 2 heads, TC says. Okay, good. See, I actually drew this in a way where I could actually still separate into 2 heads. Okay, some people say the 2 heads. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, TC. I appreciate that. Thank you. 2 heads. Okay, 2 heads. Because why is there images with 1 head? Are these guys just lazy? He's just lazy. So, let's see here. Because, again, there's a whole bunch of versions of them. Here. But let's do 2 heads then. We're going to do 2 heads then. Thank you, TC. I appreciate it. See? Now he has 2 heads. There you go. Let's see here. Bob, I actually haven't heard of those properties. I'll be honest. I have not. I messed this up. Oh, I messed this up, haven't I, guys? I messed that up. Let's see here. Can you do a poll about God of War Ragnarok, Elden Ring, and all those properties? Maybe. You got to tell me a little bit more about Elden Ring. I know that got extremely popular recently, but I got to see what kind of things I'd have to draw in Elden Ring to make that decision. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just trying. I'm thinking about it. Okay, next question. From Joseph Lim. Joseph Lim again, and I saw Joseph in the chat earlier. Good day, James. Good day to you. May I know how I can overcome the problem of not being in the mood of drawing stuff? Because I'm a student that takes art. That's tough, man. That's tough. Because most likely it's things that you don't want to draw, and that's the hardest part. Okay, that's the part you'll have to kind of sift through. But if I'm going to be 100% honest, well, my favorite saying, because I like being honest, you guys know I like being honest, when you get into the industry, even if it's comic books, you're always going to draw things you don't want to draw. It's always going to happen. There's nothing you could do about it. There will always be times where you're told to draw something and you just don't want to draw it, but you have no choice. Okay, That's where deadlines come into play, my friend. You really got no choice. Now, when I was in college, there was one time where I was so excited. I made it a goal for myself. Okay, I'm going to lock myself in this room. I'm going to lock myself in this room until I draw. So here's a bit of advice. I heard something similar to this before. Maybe you guys could give this a try. Maybe you could give this a try, Joseph. All right. I want you to lock yourself in a room. This would be hard because if you're a student that takes art, I don't know what your assignment is. So if your assignment is digital, this might be an issue, or maybe not. Okay, this is what I would say to you. I've heard a business guru, because I listen to a lot of these business gurus. They say, what's a great way to get things done? And he gave a very unorthodox way to get your work done. He said the number one way to get a lot of work done is boredom. Okay? So this might be something you might want to try. Okay? It'll be hard, especially for this generation. It'll be hard. If you have, just say, a drawing to do, I would give your phone to your parents, give your laptop to your parents, give your TV to your parents or whoever. Lock yourself in a room with nothing but you and the page. You and the piece of art. Okay? After a while, there's nothing to do. And you will have to force yourself, because out of boredom, you'll start drawing. Because there's just nothing else to do. Okay? I've always wanted to try that in an art context. But then again, I've never had deadlines where, that were that immediate, especially now, because I work for myself now, right? But I thought that was a very, very interesting premise, right? Lock yourself in a room without the internet, okay? Now, if you have something digital to do, if you have digital art, okay? Oh, I'm working on a computer, okay? Turn the internet off. Go to your router, pull the plug. Give the phone to someone in your house, and then see how long it will be before you start drawing. Okay? I've always wanted to try something like that, or see if that actually worked in an artist sense. But knowing me, because I get distracted pretty easily. Like, I've never been diagnosed with ADD, so I don't want to say I have ADD, because that's a disservice to people who actually were diagnosed with ADD. But I do get distracted pretty easily, and for me, I would just probably start walking around the room talking to myself. That was me trying it, but I'd be interested to see if it actually works for somebody. If that technique actually works for somebody, right? So we'll see how that goes. But give that a try. But it's hard. See, that's why it's always bad to have an assignment with like an unlimited deadline, or deadline way in the future. Everybody's not going to work on it unless they're extremely, extremely excited that to work on that particular project. They're going to put it off if it's not due for a long time. That's why even for my workers, I realized if I gave them a really, really long deadline, they'd be a little lax on it. So deadlines is the ultimate, especially for the creative. Deadlines is the ultimate make you work thing. And it definitely is. Victoria Williams, how are you, my friend? Hello, Mr. James. You've done some Rays here. Hello, Mr. James. My question to you is, do you any art critiquing? And if so, where can I send you some of my work? And do you feel like IG is the best way to get noticed in the comic world? This is actually a better question for my buddy Aunt Francis to ask. But I will say this. IG is very helpful. It really is. But remember the art of the comic book. It's about storytelling. Okay? And it's not about how many followers you have. It's not about how many people like your stuff. It's about, can you do the job? Okay? And that's with all professions of art. It's not about how many followers you have. It's not how many likes you get. It's about, can you do the job? Okay? So I would actually say, in terms of trying to get in contact with contacts, I actually think LinkedIn is better than Instagram. But Instagram is a good way to get your work out there. But I will say that there are more professional art websites that you could post your art in that is better for artists itself as an artist portfolio and to get your art noticed. That's on like ArtStation. I would say ArtStation is probably better in terms of the art itself. DeviantArt isn't what it used to be, but that's another place where you could put your artwork. So take a look around. And again, I'm not probably the best one to answer these questions anymore because I don't work in comic books anymore. Well, I'm sure you're not talking about comic books. I don't know if you're talking about comic books or not. I don't know what kind of art style you're looking for here, Victoria. So, but I will say, try to look for the people that hire. Try to look for people that you would be essentially collaborating with, and try to make connections with them. Okay. I actually went on this long spiel of how I would do that a couple days ago, so I don't want to re-say what I said then about how to get those contacts. But find the right contacts and then put it up. Now, in terms of myself doing art critiques, not right now. It takes a lot of time. Let me get in the groove of going live every day first, and then we'll see. And we'll see what happens after that. I got really hungry all of a sudden. Maybe I'm just thirsty, guys. Maybe I'm just thirsty. I gotta take a drink. Here, we're drinking here. Of water! I gotta get some water here. You guys need water. Yummy! Maybe I just dehydrated. Sometimes I'm just dehydrated. So, next question here. And again, guys, I will give priority to the community chat first. And then I'm actually going to go to Instagram. There's a lot of great questions on Instagram that happened overnight. So I do want to say that there. Luis MCS asks again. Just wanted to thank you for answering my question about working for a big company. All right. When you don't leave the U.S. on a stream, it helped me a lot. Love your work. There you go. Thank you so much, Luis. I'm glad I'm able to help. That's why I'm here, guys. And I always say that this is a great opportunity for you guys. Well, I would say great opportunity. But really, if you want someone to tell you exactly how it is, no nonsense, no sugarcoating, if you want to know how things really are, okay, that's why I'm here. Okay? If you want no nonsense advice from a professional who's been doing this for a long time, that's why I'm here. Okay? And I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But just do them in the right way, okay, guys? I want you to go to the community tab and ask your questions there, okay? I'll be more than happy to answer any inquiry you have. All right. Next question. Les questions. That's the French. Oh, there's no more question. Oh, there's 30 questions now. Look, more came in. Let's see here. Knuckle Sandwich. Any plans to do meet and greets at local or overseas conventions? Possibly even meet fellow art YouTubers you haven't yet. I'd love to. Absolutely. Not in the immediate future. Like, we're coming down to the end of the year, so there's not many conventions. I probably will do the Canadian conventions for sure. I'll probably do TF Con, more Transformers ones. But it depends, my friend. We'll see. And I always say, guys, if if you want me to go to your specific country where you are in the world, I would say send a message to your local comic book, your local comic convention contacts. Okay, find their contact and say, hey, I would love to get this YouTuber here. I would love to see that particular person here, so that you know. And, you know, if enough people do it, or if the demand's there, they might fly me over. Just like what happened to me, because my friend, I was recommended by someone to go to Indonesia Comic-Con, and then they flew me over there to, so anywhere in the world really is fair game, guys. It's fair game. It's just a matter of if that particular place wants to finance it for me. Or if it's a place I was planning on going anywhere, maybe I'd just go anyway. So, we'll see. But I will say that if there are places that are higher on the list, places like Vancouver, Canada is probably on the list there. I probably won't go to California anytime soon. Because I've been there so many times over the past few years that there are other places I want to go first. In California, maybe Texas. See my buddy Apple. So it depends. But I would also say the UK might be a very big possibility. UK. If I could convince the fine folks at TF Nation. Again, I was supposed to be a guest at TF Nation a few years ago, before the pandemic hit. I was supposed to be a guest. And unfortunately, things didn't work out. Unfortunately. So, we'll see. Okay, we'll see, Knuckle Sandwich. We'll see. Baby Magic 73. Please start a comic book company. No! Guys, business is hard, dudes. So when you say start a comic book company, it's more than just, hey, I'm going to draw a comic. There's a lot of stuff making a comic company. That I have absolutely no interest in getting into. Okay? You know, from the distribution to, you know, the handling of workers. So, you know, so probably not. So running a business is hard, dudes. It really is. And as creatives, we would love to say, yes, I'm gonna make this comic book company. I'm gonna make my own comics, all my own comics. And all of that, but it's easy to say. But then when you actually look at the reality of what you actually have to do, and I look at all those things that aren't creative that you have to do, and you're like, nah. So you'd actually see someone. It'd be more likely that someone would hire me to do a book as opposed to me starting my own comic book company, because there's just too much stuff you got to consider when you're creating a comic book company. Because if I do, if I do a comic book company, it has to be right. It's got to make sense, right? And you got to do it right. So, exactly, Comic Book Bob has right. Making comics, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. So, next question. Let's see here. Baby Magic also wrote in here. CIC said, in the next vid, spin a wheel to mix a superpower with a superhero template and draw what that superhero would look like. He's right. It's a good idea. That is a great idea. We were discussing earlier about creating a superhero with you guys. We were discussing that. And that's, again, something that we could do. That'd be a lot of fun. Maybe that's something we could do on the weekends or something like that. Maybe like Saturdays. We could do like Create a Hero Saturdays. Or something like that where you guys will help me create a hero. Whether that be by, I wouldn't know, but, well, we could spin the wheel. Like it's like those old Jazza streams, right? Jazza used to do that, okay? Give me a superpower. It's like improv, right? Hey guys. You know, it's like doing like whose line is it anyway, right? Like trying to do a hoedown, you know? Okay, guys, give me a subject in the chat right now. Give me a subject. Let's see how well my improv skills are. Give me a subject, guys. Give me a character or a subject. Give me a character or a subject in the chat right now. Quick. In the subject in the chat right now. Give me a character or a subject. Go for it. Character or a subject. Let's see here. Shazir met me at Niagara Falls Comic Con or Toronto Fan Expo. Right on, right on. Let's see. Sub-Zero. Okay, let's see. Let me think. Sub-Zero. Let's see here. Let's see here. Sub-Zero, Catwoman. Subject math. Math. Your problem. Like nothing's coming to mind right now. I suck at improv. Let's see. Okay. Someone said Minions. Joseph Lim says Minions. Minions. That's the subject matter. Minions. Okay. Okay, so I gotta do. This is the Minions. This is the Minions hoedown. You guys ready? Here we go. I love the Minions. Yes, it is true. I love seeing Minions, and especially Gru. They are so great. I am telling ya, I even really like it when they yell banana. Banana. That was a clean one. You know, that's the part about me being a PG creator, you know. You got to make sure that when you do improv, it's clean. All right? So I do clean improv, my friends. Clean improv. There you go. Knuckle Sandwich says pineapple on pizza. Let's do pineapple on pizza. Let's go. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Pineapple on. This is the pineapple on pizza hoedown. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. I love pizza, yes, you see. Especially if the pizza comes from Hawaii. They say pineapple on pizza. Some might say pineapple on pizza. It's really not for me, but I totally like it better than anchovies. Anchovies. Yay! There you go. That wasn't as good, but I tried, guys. Let's try it. Pineapple on pizza. I do love pineapple on pizza. I won't lie. I like it. I like it a lot. Though I do hear it's actually not Hawaiian. Hawaiians really hate it. Hawaiians actually hate it when you say that pineapple on pizza is a Hawaiian pizza, because they don't do that over there. They don't do that. But I actually really like pineapple on pizza. Though I don't eat it now because I'm on a carnivore diet. So that's the way. That's the way. That was fun. This is fun, guys. This is fun. See, I'm getting in the groove. Oops, I got a smaller one there. Okay. Knuckle Sandwich, you're the best. Knuckle Sandwich. He wants me to do balut. Okay, here we go. We're having some fun this morning. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Here we go. This is the balut hoedown. Here we go. Are you guys ready for the balut hoedown? Here we go. This was suggested by a Knuckle Sandwich. Here we go. The balut hoedown. Here we go. Do 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 da 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 da. Have you heard of chicken fetus? Yes, it is true. It's a Filipino delicacy. It's called balut. Why I eat balut, let me sing, because it is better than my cooking. My cooking. Dang. There you go. There you go. It's all the same song. There you go, Clever. That's right. Well, that's the hoedown. That's the hoedown song. And then you just kind of put it in the song, right? There you go. For those of you who don't know what balut is, don't Google it. I'll just tell you that. Don't Google it. Thank you very much, Knuckle Sandwich. Thank you very much. That's for my Filipino friends out there. Mabuhay. Mabuhay. To my Filipino friends out there. That is the balut hoedown. There you go. We have some fun today. It's Sunday. Sunday, guys. It's late for a lot of you. It's early morning for me. And this is what we do on Sundays. We just have some fun. Just have some fun, guys. Some fun. Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles song from Mario. I'll do it for Mario because Mario's the best, you know. Do it for Mario's the best. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm kind of blanking a little bit here, Mario. You're putting me on the spot with the Turtles one. With the Turtles one. Well, yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm coming up with a lot of jokes right now, and they're not. Let's just say they're not the best. Okay, I'm getting 100 jokes in my head right now, but I'm not going to say them. Okay, hundreds of them right now. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. I'm in my head. Like I get a few, right? I get an idea, and then I'm like, is that okay? I don't know if that's okay. 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 Let's see here. There's all the theme songs. There you go. There you go. Oh, Mario, you stunned me. And it's not that you stunned me, Mario. Again, it's like in my head, I'm like, maybe not the best thing to start. Okay. Okay, let me come back to that, guys. Okay, because again, it's all in my head. It's all it's I won't say it's not appropriate, but you know, I want to make sure that this is a family friendly show. Let's just say that. Okay, family friendly. You know me, guys. I'm very family friendly. Very family friendly. See, I'm thinking it now. Okay. I lost. This is not why I'm not on Whose Line. This is why I'm not on Whose Line. By the way, one of my favorite shows growing up. Whose Line is it anyway? Definitely one of my favorite shows growing up. So, there you go. Let's see here. Making deadlines in the comic book industry. See, now you guys are putting all these things. Now I feel pressure. I feel pressure. I put the pressure on myself. It's my own fault, guys. It's my own fault. Creatively juiced. Okay, let's do the Turtles one. Let's do the Turtles one. Oh, see, even then, I was about to do one, and then I was like, maybe not the best to say. Okay, you believe in you. Thank you, Knuckle Sandwich. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. There you go. Let's see here. Okay. I think I cleaned it up. I'm trying to clean it up in my head, guys. I'm cleaning it up in my head. That's what's going on here. Okay, let's do the Ninja Turtle hoedown. Here we go. Let's give this a try. He goes ding 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 ding. The kids today like Pokemon, Pikachu, and Squirtle, but in my day we like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You might like other properties, let me tell ya. The Ninja Turtles to me make me shout cowabunga. There you go. Yeah, that sucked. Sorry, guys. I had a lot funnier ones than that, but that was the cleanest one I had. Out of all the ones in my head, that was the cleanest one. There you go. There you go. This is my audition for Whose Line Is It Anyway, by the way. This is my audition. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that audition. There you go. You gotta think faster. Okay? You gotta think faster when it comes to that, right? Just trying to bring Cowabunga back, TC Gentry. That's right. Bring back Hang 10, dude. Hang 10. But I literally thought about like 50 songs, and all of them were like, there you go. They're becoming more elaborate, Cobbler says. There you go. Knuckle Sandwich loves Hulu Line. Me too. My friend, we too. Let's see here. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm thinking again, guys. I just thought of a punchline that's totally not appropriate, but there you go. Let me think. Here we go. This is from where is it? They're from I missed it. From Garv, he goes, "Why did the cookie go to the doctor?" I know you're telling the joke, but I'm going to turn that into a hoedown. The cookie go to the doctor. This is the cookie go to the doctor hoedown. Here we go. You guys ready? The cookie go to the doctor hoedown. I went to the doctor and he said, "You see, the problem is you're eating too many cookies." I know it's fun. It makes you say, "Oh boy," but you're starting to look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. I rhymed boy with boy. That was kind of a cop-out. Boy with boy. You know, Anyway, guys. I run boy with boy. I should have said something like, you should eat more dairy. You should eat something healthy like salads or soy, because you're starting to look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Pillsbury Doughboy. There you go. Pillsbury Doughboy. There you go. It works. Cobbler liked it. He said it works. There you go. Oh boy. Let's try this one. Okay, here, let's do this one. I won't tell you the subject matter, but then once I sing it, the person who mentioned this, you'll know what it is. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This one. Let me. Okay. Here we go. I love this movie when I was a little kid. Don't you know the name of it is The Karate Kid? I went to Mr. Miyagi. He says I'm getting soft. He said, James, you need some more wax on, wax off. Or wax on, wax off. Ah, there you go. Woo! Okay, sorry. Sorry, that was from my friend Weblight. There you go. That's my friend Weblight. Brilliant. There you go. There you go. There you go. We're gonna have some fun here this morning, guys. We're gonna have some fun here. What time is it about? 6:17. I should actually draw, guys, but we're having too much fun. We're having too much fun, guys. Isn't that what drawing is supposed to be all about? We're having too much fun. And now show me sand the floor, sand the floor. Paint the wall, sand the floor. Oh boy. There you go. It works. It works. There you go. There you go. Subject. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna try this. Okay, Knuckle Sandwich. I'm gonna try this. Okay, he said try. The subject is whose line is it anyway? And you might not get this unless you watch the show. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be weird, and you won't get this. You won't get this unless you watch the show. Okay, you won't get this unless you watch the show. So maybe only Knuckle Sandwich will get this. But here we go. This is the whose line is it anyway? This is the whose line is it anyway hoedown. Okay, here we go. I showed my artwork to Wayne Brady for a while. He told me that he liked my Ryan style. My artwork looks like Greg Proops. Don't you see? And I said, Brady, stop! You're making a Colin mockery. That made no sense if you don't watch the show. Made absolutely no sense if you don't watch the show. Made absolutely no sense. But that was from my friend Knuckle Sandwich. He gets that. If you watch the show, you'll get that. All right. But there you go. Let me get my marker. I lost my marker. Did you get that Knuckle Sandwich? That was for you. Only you got that. Only you got that. There you go. Let's see. 4:50 p.m. in India. Oh my gosh, we're having fun. We're having fun, guys. It's Sunday morning here. This pleases your soul, Knuckle Sandwich. There you go. I appreciate that. I think these hoedowns are more fun than art advice, if you ask me. Hoedown's much more fun than art advice. There you go. Woo! Okay. You know, the Emperor of Mankind has some. Is that the whole? Let's see here. Is that his whole arm? I'm just looking at some reference, guys. I'll be right in a second here. Oh, he's got claws too. He got claws too. There you go. All right, okay, here we go. Let's see here. Knuckle Sandwich is enjoying my hoedowns. He's enjoying my hoedowns. There you go. Oh, you know what? I was about to do that knuckle sandwich, but then again, I'm trying to filter out the ones that I think that could be a little on the offensive side. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm getting a good one for art advice. I'm getting a good one for the art advice one. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Bob will like this one. Bob, you're gonna like this one. I can tell you right now, but you're gonna like this one, Bob. Here we go. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Okay, this is the art advice hoedown. The art advice hoedown. You guys ready? Here we go. Ding 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 ding. Michael Sandwich came up to me. He was really nice. He asked me for some art advice. I said, your figures look like Jim Lee. That's how I feel, but unfortunately your feet looks like Rob Liefeld. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Looks like Rob Liefeld. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. But that's the obvious. That's been the obvious comic book joke for the longest time. That Rob Liefeld can't draw feet. So there you go. I absolutely love Rob Liefeld's drawings. Right, I do. I'm a gigantic fan. There was one time where he accidentally drew two left feet on the character. There you go. More pouches. Talking about more pouches. More pouches. So anyway, guys. I think that's it for the hoedowns. We had some fun because I do need to get the work done. I'd like to finish this in an hour. Mainly because I want to go to the gym. I wanted to go to the gym this morning with my daughter. So we'll see. Like, I will stay here till this is done. This has to be finished today. It's got to be. Well, I could finish this on my own, to be honest. So there you go. That was fun, guys. That was fun. I'm sure I turned off a lot of people with my singing today. But that was my audition for Whose Line Is It Anyway? My audition. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Anyway, let's go back to the questions. Let's go back to the question. I don't know why we that. Where did that come from? Why did we start doing that? I don't even know. But let's see here. Baby Magic 73 says, I don't really get this. Baby Magic says, I started making comics in 2017, but I never copyrighted the company. So can I say it ever officially a company in 2017, or when I copyright the company? Actually, I think I do get what you're saying, because the same thing comes to when you're creating characters. I am not a lawyer, okay, so I can't answer that fully, but I can say that if there's proof that you started something, okay, if you have proof that you started something, even without the copyright, you are entitled to the rights to that particular character. That's what, from my understanding. But again, I'm not a lawyer, so don't take that as actual advice. That's what I think happens, but I'm probably wrong. I'll be honest, I'm probably wrong, but I believe as long as you have some proof that that you started that's enough. That would be enough. So I think that's what happens, but I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. So let's see here. Next question, not question. Oh, let me turn the music back on. Okay, so that was the singing part of our show today. So we are going to go back to the regular scheduled program of me answering your questions in a silly way. There you go. Let's do that. Do dinosaurs and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mashup. It'd be big turtles. Now, when it comes to I'm actually really excited to do a turtles piece. Not because also it's my nephew's birthday. It was my nephew's birthday, so happy birthday to my buddy. My buddy Tang Tang. Tang Tang. I won't give his real name, but we call him Tang Tang. You know, Filipinos. Filipino nicknames, pretty much what they do is they take a little bit of your name and then they duplicate it. Okay? So, like a simple one for me would be like my wife used to call me JJ. For me, or it could be something like I would take your name. So let's see here. Let's take so Weblight. If that was your real name, just say Weblight was your real name, and we wanted to give that a Filipino nickname. We'd just take part of that. So maybe Weblight. So I'll say Lai. So your name would be Lai Lai. Your nickname. Oy, Lai, come here, dinner time, Lai. That's how we do nicknames. They would take a little piece of your name and then duplicate it. That's how we would do it. So go. So Mario. So Mario would be oh. Or Marmar. There you go. Whose birthday is it? Somebody's birthday today? Happy birthday to whoever that is. We already sang happy birthday. So, that was for Art Dad. Happy birthday. Alfarius asked how to draw poses. And then Baby Magic said, watch how to draw comics the Marvel way. By the way, I wish I had that video when I was younger. How to draw comics the Marvel way. You can actually get it on YouTube. And it's great to see the greats. And this is an old video. You have to actually buy the VHS tape to actually watch this video before. So it's great to see that it's available on YouTube. So definitely go watch that video. But I would tell you the best way to learn how to draw poses is from life. Okay? It's better than what's it called? It's better than trying to learn from other artists. It's from life, because you'll actually see how the body works, and then once you figure out how to do it properly, how to draw those things properly, then you can break the rules. Then you can exaggerate things. You heard the old adage: you learn the rules before you break them. And the same is true when it comes to kind of drawing figures. Before you start exaggerating things crazily, before you making this crazy foreshortening and all of that, you got to learn how to draw it where normally first. Because there's a lot of things to think about when these poses. You think about how the muscles are working and how they're reacting and all of that. So that's definitely something to think about. Life drawing, my friends. Life drawing. Life drawing. There's a lot of models on YouTube. You can actually find a lot of models, clothed models on YouTube. Okay, where they're doing a whole bunch of action poses. Okay, you could use that. You could start there, and then they do 5 seconds, 10 seconds, learning how to gesture draw. Gesture drawing helped me so much, learning how to draw. Okay, if you guys learn how to gesture draw, it will really, really help you in terms of posing and everything. Okay, so that would be my suggestion to you, my friends. That's my suggestion. There you go. There you go. All right. That is all the questions on YouTube, I think. Unless a few more came in. Let me see. A few more come in. Nope, that's it. So let me go to... I'm going to go to Instagram. Oh, wait. Hold on. One more here. Knuckle Sandwich. Is there any famous vehicles you would redesign as Transformers? Well, I think there are guys who did that already on YouTube. Like, for example, one I want to do that I'll probably do sooner than later, guys? I'll probably do Thomas the Tank Engine as a Transformer. I might do that. I might do that sooner than later. Okay? Just for fun. I'm going to take Thomas and friends and turn them into Transformers. I might do that sooner than later. Okay? But we'll see. We'll see. Could be a lot of fun. So, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I could finish this on my own today because I'm trying to think of my schedule today. And yes, I'm going to go watch Wakanda Forever this afternoon. And I don't really have much to do in between, I don't think. Oh, no, I do. What am I? I am us, aka not smart. Okay, 1 second here, guys. Oop, battery's dead on this one. Let's see here. Late to the game, and I'll just answer this one question here. Late to the game says, I've been asked 1,000 times, but must probably been asked. Ever thought of crowdfunding your own comic? Thought did come into my mind, for sure. Absolutely. I will say that I don't know how well it would do. Like, you see these guys doing millions of dollars on their comic books, on the comic book funding, and I'm not sure I would get that much. To be honest, that's one of my hesitancies to doing that. Well, number one, I need time to actually do the comic book, right? So first things first, I wouldn't even consider it unless I was actually done the book first. The book has to be made first before I even consider doing something like that. So it would only be like covering the distribution costs. But I'll be honest, guys. I'm not too sure because I don't know how well it would do, and it'd be a little embarrassing. I'll be honest. This is where I would get a little embarrassed if it doesn't do well, because I have 1.5 million subscribers. Let's just say it's not the most loyal 1.5 million subscribers anyone has. I'm definitely on the low end of support. Not from you guys. You guys are my hardcore friends here that are here watching the stream. As you can see how many people are actually watching the stream. So I don't feel personally that I would get the support that would make it worth it in that sense. Right now. That's 100% how I feel. And I know some of you are going to say, no, that's not true, James. No, I don't know. I don't know about that. So I don't think I would do well in a Kickstarter or crowdfund. I really don't. Like, I know you guys would support. I know you guys would, you're there for me, and you're supportive, and you would be supporting not necessarily, maybe monetarily, maybe, even just, your your constant support. In other words, support for me. And I know I get that from you. But the other 1.4 million that watch, I don't think they'll support. It's just a feeling I have. So, but again, it's not even something I would entertain until I actually have a product to put out there. So there you go. So let me go to the Instagram. I said I would go to the Instagram. I haven't gone to it yet. But let's go to the Instagram. And we're going to answer some questions here. While I press record here. Okay. So. Let's see here. Next question. Okay, so I'm going to go to Instagram, guys, because there's a bunch of people who said some fun things on Instagram, and I do want to recognize them because they did that for me. So let's go to the gram, guys. Let's go to the gram. Okay, so let's go to the post first. Oh, from my buddy Paul. My good friend Paul asks me. Let's see here. My good friend Paul says, "What artist inspired you the most?" That's a nice question. I won't say the most, but I don't want to give the common answers. Like everybody says Jim Lee, everybody says the Image comic guys, but there's an artist that you guys don't know. In my church here in Toronto, there's this mural that hangs in our function hall, and I remember when I was, I would say, a good 8 years old. No, let me think about it. For must have been 7 to 8 years old. I remember watching, and he was an older gentleman too. And to be honest, if I'm 100% honest, I forgot his name. But I remember when I was younger, I would sit there, and I would watch him paint this mural on the wall, and it was phenomenal. It was mesmerizing to me. Just watching him create, the images he was on the wall, and I thought it was brilliant, really, really fantastic, and that kind of heightened. Let's just call that heightened my interest in drawing. So, Paul might even know who that is. Paul's a buddy of mine. I might even know who that is. But, I would say that was actually a pretty big influence of my life. Oh, and here's another one. You guys won't know this guy. Maybe if you know Filipino comics, maybe. But there's a Filipino artist, professional artist. I think he was I think he did work professionally in the 70s. I could be wrong. But his name is Nestor Malgapo Jr. I'm not sure if he's junior or not. I'm not sure, but that was definitely a comic. He had this work that I would look at a lot when I was a kid. And even, to be honest, even as an adult, I used to look at his work a ton. And again, a very, very big influence for me. So these are guys that you guys haven't even heard of. But I just wanted to give, recognition to people that are a little bit out of the norm, because everybody's going to say Jim Lee. Everybody's going to say, well, not everybody, but people in comics, a lot of them going to say Jim Lee. A lot of them going to say Alex Ross and all those guys who were gigantic influences to me. Like I talked to you guys about my comic book influences before many, many times. But guys like that, the ones I just mentioned, it's like, it's the little things, right? It's the little things you think about. So Simon's heard of him. There you go. So just wanted to give you a little bit more of an out-of-the-box answer. So next question. Let's see here. One Mighty R. Oh, I wish One Mighty R was here. Like a long time friend of mine. One Mighty R. Try to make it there. Go hard. There you go. Make a time difference. I know the time. I know this is a hard time. Again, it would have been more beneficial for me to do this in the afternoon, my time. It definitely would be. But I got responsibilities during the day now. I was thinking maybe, and again, I was thinking about doing these streams at nighttime, Eastern time. And I would get way more traction in the North American market if I did them at that time. But you know what? I'm just a morning guy. This is me. I like getting up early. I like waking up early. I like hanging out with you guys in the morning. And I like... well, I gotta draw this face on his knee. I gotta do that. This face on his knee is pretty sick. And this works for me. Way better. Way better. So. Next question. Let's see here. Where can I get artwork? I will let you guys know sooner than later. I understand a lot of you recently have been asking me for my artwork. A lot of you recently. And I appreciate that, my friends. I appreciate that. But I think I will be, I think I will be opening up commissions soon. I will be opening up commissions soon. And I will be, and I'm going to price it comparable to my comic book counterparts, okay? I would like to make it a little bit more affordable for you guys because, at the end of the day, you guys are the ones who make this channel run. So, I do want to make it comparable. And then, I am looking at selling the prints again. I really am. I really am. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. You'll know when you know. You'll know when you know, guys. You'll know when you know. You'll know when you know. Whoops. Okay, next question. Next question. Do I full color my commissions? I do. That's an extra charge if they want full color now, because I actually never used to offer this, but well, before I would get someone to digital color it for me and to put it as a charge, but now if you want traditional coloring added to it, it will probably be an extra charge if I did something like that. So. But I usually charge these things as much as my my Transformers counterparts, like my buddy Alex Milne and Andrew Griffith and all that. So it'd be around the same range as what they usually charge for commissions. Okay, plus shipping, of course, wherever you are in the world. Shipping and depending on what kind of insurance you want on the art. Let's go up here. I have about. Be nice if I could get this done in 45 minutes. So. We'll see. Speaking of which, let's go to Denmaku Go. Which piece of work is the most expensive you sell? Okay, I'm assuming the most expensive piece that I sold. Okay. Without getting to actual numbers, I would say the first Infinity War mural, because actually part of the deal was they kept the original art to that, so I consider that part of the deal. Okay, because actually, I actually wanted to keep it and sell it after that mural, but they told me I wasn't allowed to do that. And I'm like, huh? Like, how does Drew Struzan then get to sell his movie posters? Right? I was like, but then how? But that's just the way it is. Like it's up to them. They're like, okay, but it's up to you if you want the job or not. And I'm like, ah. And what are you gonna do? Say no? When you're a newbie, you're like, all right, fine. So the most expensive, so that I would say that one, because so pretty much I sold that Infinity War mural to Disney, and all I'll say is they compensated me quite well for what it was, quite well for what it was. So it was definitely a good deal. Okay. Now the second mural, the Star Wars mural, I actually didn't get paid as much for the Star Wars mural, the official one, or not. It's not even official. It's like this fan. We call it a fan piece, so it's not like an official piece of marketing art, but we call it a fan piece. All right. So I want to make sure the legal is all there. But at the same time, I'm not allowed to sell that artwork. I'm not allowed to sell it. That's in the contract, unfortunately. So here's what it is. But let's just say that Infinity War one was pretty lucrative. Let's just say that. But in terms of not that, I've sold pieces for a couple thousand before, a couple thousand. So it depends what it is. It really depends what it is. A lot of things come into play into that. Number one, again, I always say that a piece of art is only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. It doesn't matter how long you worked on it. You could have been working on that for 1,000 hours. If someone's only going to pay you $5 to buy it, it's only worth $5. I always say that. Okay. Or if something takes you, if something takes you only a few hours, but somebody's willing to pay $1 million for it, it's worth $1 million. Okay. So the amount of work you do on something, that doesn't necessarily mean that's how much it's worth. Okay. I could say this is worth like $10,000, this piece. I could say that, but it's not true unless somebody's actually willing to offer me $10,000 for this artwork. I would never charge $10,000 for this artwork, by the way. Never do that. But those are things to keep in mind. But when charging for art, you look at how much your contemporaries are charging it for it. People who are at the same skill level as you, people with the same experience as you. That's what you look at, really. So it's all different for everybody. Oh, well, Mario really wants me to do God of War Ragnarok. Really wants me to do it. There you go. All right, so. Next question. Let's see here. Which piece of work took you the longest to create? I'm trying to think which Star Wars piece took me the longest. Because I started the one for the official one for Disney. I started that in January. But the original Star Wars mural. Now here's the difference. Like you'll see, James. Of course, the second one you said that was 1,000 hours. The other one was 450. I didn't realize, guys, and you learn this when you edit. Okay, when you edit. Okay, because the timeline of all the footage I took for that Star Wars mural, the first one, that equaled 450 hours. Okay, that equaled 450 hours. But I didn't take in mind that really that's only a fraction of the actual time. The amount of time I researched, the amount of times that, like, while I was doing that, I was going to the bathroom, like all of that. Like, you don't really realize. So that 450 hours is actually pure drawing, just drawing, and not the extra stuff. So in essence, I wouldn't have been surprised if the first one took me over 1,000 hours to do. So it's hard to say. So officially, the Star Wars one, the one for Disney or for Lucasfilm, that was the longest. But really, I have a feeling the first one took longer. I really do. First one took longer. Let me see. Am I drawing this right? Yeah, close enough. Definitely in the close enough stage here, guys. Close enough. Let's see here. 350 for Jesus and totally worth it. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Did I answer all these questions? I think I did. So I am going to the. Let me go to the story. Let's see if there's enough to do. Nope. Okay, first question. Will I draw any House of Dragons? Maybe not right now. I'm actually not a Game of Thrones fan. I've never seen, nothing against property. I've never seen any. I've never seen many Game of Thrones. Now, I was thinking about doing a video where I would. It's very similar to the. Who did that? Was that Jimmy Kimmel? But very similar to one of those videos where they got the interns just sit down and watch all the seasons all together. I was thinking about doing that with the last season, but then there was so much mixed reviews of the last season of Game of Thrones that I decided not to do it. And I probably won't do it now, because that's a big time commitment, and I just don't have the time to do that. So probably not. Okay, Joe Tucker, 931 says I got you back into art. Awesome. What's your favorite drawing? So again, the first Star Wars one, but I think the one for my church, I think that is my favorite drawing I've ever done. But the Star Wars one, professionally, the Star Wars one probably that is my favorite one. So I'll go there, Star Wars. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I take that back too. My number one is the one I did with my kids. The one where I have all my kids' characters on there. That is my favorite one. That is my favorite piece. There you go. All right? There you go. Next question. Isao Topaz says, can you do Marvel and Dragon Ball mashup? Well, I did the one with the Venom. I did Venom Dragon Ball before. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that video. It's one of those videos I wish did a lot better than how it did. But that was a lot of fun. So you never know. Maybe. It's definitely something I've been thinking about, but not in the immediate future. But maybe. That's a nice, fun one that we could do. Easy one. To be honest, we'll probably get a few views here and there. But again, it's not really about that these days. So, my views suck. That's okay. Lost my place. Let's see. Harshad says, how are you? I am good. And then they go. Oh, here's this one. X_OComics23 says, what is the best technique to draw hair? Best technique to draw hair. I would say the best technique is that use detail for lighting. Okay? So think about how the light is hitting. Think about how the light is hitting the hair. Okay? Think about how light is hitting the hair. And then do the detail where there's shadow. Okay? So you make those dark. So for example here. So this is all shadow, right? You know, he has dark hair. But then I would add a few lines here like this to define shape, but I won't do it all over. I'll just do it closer to the shadow base. Okay? So parts I think that are in shadow, that's where I'm going to add the detailed strands. I wouldn't draw every single hair strand. It will just be like a convoluted mess. Okay? But I will draw where the light is. Okay? So hopefully that watches. Oh, wow. Watches. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Next question. See, I'm trying to answer questions that I didn't answer before. Interested in giving other mediums a try? Painting, sculpting, etc. No. We always say, can't teach an old dog new tricks, as we said. We mentioned this earlier. And it's nothing against those art forms. It'd be nice and fun to explore, but you know, I'm definitely not in an exploring mood at this point in my career. You know, like it'd be fun, but it's definitely not something I'm interested in. Just say that. I'm sure in the moment I would be, like if we just started, like if we just you know, you throw a bunch of clay in front of me and then we just started you know, creating something with clay. I'm sure I would enjoy it, but it's just something that doesn't interest me at this point. At this point, I'm just like, I'd rather have fun drawing things I haven't drawn before, as opposed to trying new styles I haven't tried before. There's a big difference in there for me, personally. I would much rather draw my style, but draw new things, as opposed to drawing, you know, doing a familiar thing, but drawing that in a different style. If that makes sense. See, I much rather draw in my style, because it's what I'm comfortable with. It's what I enjoy. Because I'll admit, like all of those 10 style videos, they're fun. And again, that's one of those things where they're fun in the moment. But really, I was doing those for views, let's be honest. Like I was doing those because they were getting views. And they were easy to do. They were extremely easy to do. That's why I did them. Like, and don't we do all YouTube videos for views? That's what we're doing. You know, the algorithm likes those type of videos. And to the average person, well, let's say average, the non-artist, the novice, as we say, they can relate to those videos more. But in terms of me trying different styles, unless I'm trying to mix the style with mine. Like, for example, the One Piece. I most likely will do One Piece this week. Sometime, maybe we'll do like God of War, and then we'll do One Piece, or vice versa, depending on people pick. But there, I'm going to be mixing things, right? I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna do it 100% American style or my style, because I do want that familiarity with the property. Okay, I do want people who watch the property to know that it's One Piece. So I'm not gonna go too out of the box. In terms of the art style for that one, it's gonna be recognizable. Okay, it's gonna be recognizable. So we'll see. Next question. Oh, here. From Jihan Minaz 1509 says, "Can you do a Ghostbusters drawing, please?" You know, I talked about turning things into Transformers. That'd be a fun one to turn into Transformer. The EXO, their car. But drawing Transformers in a Marvel style, that'd be interesting. Now, first of all, IDW did a Ghostbusters book. Okay, so I'm not gonna try to one up those artists or anything like that. They did a phenomenal job in that book, but part of me is like, what would the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man look like with muscles? What would a lot of these ghosts look like with muscles and with veins and looking really, really scary, right? I think I could actually do a pretty cool job on that. So it'd be fun to do a Ghostbusters book. Now, I remember I actually did a Ghostbusters piece a long, long time ago. When I was working in comics. It's for a company that went bankrupt. So they got me to do this piece. They actually published it, but then they never paid me for it. They never paid me for it. That's a hard part about a freelance life, guys. That happens a lot more than you think. A lot more than you think. They never paid me for it, but it was a lot of fun, that Ghostbusters piece. It was a lot of fun. So maybe one day, you never know. GoBots in a Transformer style? I would like to do a GoBots piece. I definitely would one of these days. You know, again, maybe that's something we'll do on, like, Sundays will be the day where maybe we'll do something a little bit more out of the box and fun. And Ghostbusters might be one of those. Ghostbusters might be a good opportunity to, or not Ghostbusters, things like GoBots, things like what's the Altered Beast. Those would be fun to do on the weekends. You know, just have some fun. You know, have fun. I want to have fun. So we'll see. We'll see. Every Power Ranger in 100 hours. Again, I would do that, Xavier, if there wasn't one done already. Somebody did that already professionally, and it looks incredible. So it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, somebody did it already, and extremely well. So maybe, but I won't say that's not a reason why I won't do something. Like, for example, like the Pokemon one, drawing all the Pokemon. Like my buddy Christopher Keiko, who is a fantastic artist, amazing artist, and one of the best. I will say he's probably one of the best business guys. In terms of selling his art, like this dude knows business. He knows how to sell, and that's a skill I wish I had. To be honest with you, I wish I had a skill in selling. But he did the Pokemon, like all the Pokemon characters. He did quite a few videos on that, and he did a fantastic job on those. It's one of those things where I kind of wanted to give my shot at it. I wanted to try it, and I did try it. And it was a lot of fun, and I think it was well worth it. So, one of those type of deals. Warhammer. But I could do it in my style. That's right. I could do it in my style. I could. Like, I'm more apt to draw the Zords. I don't think I've seen a piece with all the Zords in it. But to be honest, guys, to do that, to draw all the Zords, that's at least a month's worth of work. So it's a big time commitment for me to draw all the Zords in one piece. And that's something I would love to do, but it's just too much time. It would take too long to do it justice. Let's just say that. Like, I could draw anything in 1,000 minutes, but how good will the drawing be? That's the type of thing I want to have the time to actually draw it properly. So I'd be more apt to do that than the actual Power Rangers themselves. So, there you go. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, guys. I'm just thinking about that way. This guy have a cape too, guys? Does he have a cape? Does he have a cape? Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Time 7:05. We got about half an hour. So it might be one of those things where maybe I will finish this offline. I will finish this piece offline. Like, we're getting close, guys. We're getting pretty close, actually, to finishing. Mainly because, like, it's all the little details that I didn't put in here yet, and that's one thing. That's okay. So it is cape. Question is, how does the cape attach? It attaches here like this. Attaches like that. There you go. You're almost done. Getting there, Mario. Getting there. For sure. Simon, I'll be honest. I did do a piece with the Mars Ravello superheroes, like Darna and Captain Barbell and all those things. I did that a while ago, but I never released that video. This shows you how long I did that piece. I think I did that piece in like 2018. 2018, a long time ago. Or 2019. Might have been 2019. I drew it in the Philippines when I was in the Philippines, and I never released it. Never released it, so to be honest, I have to find it first. I don't even know where I put it, but it's been a while. You do so many drawings like I have, guys. You draw things, and you're like, where did I put that drawing? Oh, well. And then you're like, it's not the where did I put the drawing, it's the, oh, well, whatever. But I did like that drawing a lot. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to draw this guy's cape. He needs a cape. Needs a cape. There you go. Bizwa Deep says some Valorant characters in a Marvel style. I did that already, my friend. Go a few videos back. I think I did that a couple months ago. Well, I understand why you didn't watch it, because not a lot of people did, if I'm being honest with you. I drew that a few months back, so just go back a few months, my friend, and then you'll be able to see it, okay? But yes, I did that already. I did that already. Of course I did that. Oh, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I can't even see what I'm drawing here. Guys, hard part is trying to get everything in camera. This camera I have here up here, it's actually a camera I have up here. It's a A7 III with a 50mm prime lens. So it's a great camera, but I can't zoom in on it. That's the thing. So it's not high enough to get everything, but I do like using it as the main camera. So that's why I can't zoom on it. Let's see. Am I going to do... let's see here. Alfia says, are you going to do another Warhammer in the future? Maybe. It depends. Like, this was a lot of fun. Like, I would... I'll be honest. I would like to try one of those mechs. You know, one of those giant mechs. I think that would be a lot of fun to do one of those mechs. So we'll see. You never know. You never see. We'll never see. Am I a hockey fan? Archie says I am, but I don't follow it as much as I used to. Let's just say that. So, and the Leafs suck this year. When did they not suck, right? The Maple Leafs suck. Oh, boy. So, unless they turned it around, and I didn't know, but last time I heard, they were like in this giant losing streak. So, erase. I'm going to do some erasing here, guys, if I can find my ugly eraser. Where's my ugly eraser at? Ugly eraser. I had it earlier, right? Didn't I? I had it earlier. Oh, it's trying to look at my dude. I am a 1.5 million subscribed YouTuber, and this is the eraser I can afford. Right there. Like, what is that? What is that? What is that? You can't see it. It's not going to focus. But look at that thing. What is that? Oh. Okay, I have to draw that eagle thingy on his back. And I want to get this part done. So, guys, most likely, you know what? I think I actually can finish or do stream until so probably we roughly have about 20 minutes in the stream, guys. We'll roughly have about 20 minutes left in the stream. So I will ask you, let's do rapid fire right now. Okay. For this rapid fire, now's the time to ask me any question you want in the live chat. So go to the live chat, and I will answer any and all questions in the live chat. Okay. So most likely, I probably will like not finish this 100%. I'm gonna get close. I'm gonna finish this 100%, but we will. I'm probably gonna finish this off my own. You'll have to see the final in the video. Okay. Final in the video. So if you have a question, here's a question. So here's a question. What's the typical work requirements for a comic artist? Portfolio drawing and must be a fine arts graduate. Scratch the fine arts graduate. Who cares? Nobody cares about your fine arts. Nobody cares about. I won't say nobody cares. Nobody, no comic company cares whether you graduated from Harvard or whatever. All they care about is if can you do the job. That's the number one thing. So with that, portfolio. Forget the pinups. Like having a 1 or 2 in there is nice and all. They don't care about the pinups. They care about one thing and one thing only. Can you tell a story with your art? So your art should have sequential art. My recommendation for all of you trying to get into comic book art, have a sample, and there are tons of sample scripts all over the internet. You can find tons. In fact, if you go to Jim Zub's Patreon, he actually has scripts that you could use. But there are there's tons of scripts. Just Google comic book script, okay? And then do your best to work from the comic script. That's what I tell you. I will actually tell you not to write your own story. I will tell you that, guys. All right? Don't do your own story. Unless you're a writer also. Don't do your own story. Prove that you work from a script, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to work from a script. All right? And there are hundreds of scripts on the internet right now. Okay, so look up the scripts, and then you do 2 things. Do a few types of samples. Okay, do a sample where it's about one character. Do a sample where it's all action, maybe. Do a sample where there's multiple characters. Okay, so do a few samples. Okay, do a few samples, but make them different. Okay, don't do the same type of thing. Do a sample where it's it's high drama. Maybe it's a sample where they're talking. How do you make that interesting? How are you gonna make part of the script where they're just talking heads? How do you make that interesting? Well, you make it interesting through the angles you choose. You make it interesting when to do close-ups, expressions on faces, like stuff like that. Prove you could do all those things. The number one thing with a portfolio, no matter what industry, prove you could do the job. That's all they care about. Okay. Prove you could do the job. So that's what I would add in the portfolio. Forget all the fancy pinups and fake covers and all that stuff. Forget that unless you're trying to be just a cover artist. Forget all that. What matters is your storytelling ability. Okay? But in terms of so that's what I would tell you to do. And then you're not going to get a job on the first try. You're not. Okay? Unless you're just that phenomenal. You're not going to get your job on the first try, but you will get feedback. Take the feedback, go back and do more samples with the feedback in mind. Show them that you listen to their comments, okay? That's what you do next, right? And hopefully that helps. Okay, now next. Let's see here. Do you want me to send you some pictures of Elden Ring? That's okay, Mario. I can figure that out. I probably won't. I'll probably won't do Elden Ring. Let's say next. That's probably not next on the radar, but probably soon. I won't even say sooner than later. I'm not sure, Mario. I'll be honest. Let's do God of War first before we do Elden Ring. Okay. Though again, like a lot of my son's friends, they play Elden Ring. But so it is something that's on my radar for sure. But I don't. Maybe not right now. Next. Let's see here. What conferences are you going in the future from Artsy? None officially as of right now. I am doing across Canada. So unless you're in Canada, I am doing a cross Canada tour for my show. for my children's show, Time to Draw. I'm doing a cross Canada tour. Michael Alphin came to my San Jose one, and he drove a long time too. I believe he drove a good like hour and a bit, right, to come see me. And again, I don't think Michael's here, but I appreciate it. He drove that far to come see me. That meant a lot to me, and I wish we could have had a coffee or something. Especially he drove that far to see me. I would have loved to sit and talk to him for a little bit. But after the shows, I actually give out prints for free. I actually give out prints and I take pictures with all the kids and stuff. It's a wonderful time. I really enjoy doing that show. It's called Time to Draw. I really enjoy doing that show. So I'm doing a cross Canada tour over the next few months. But in terms of the actual comic conventions, I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe Vancouver Comic Con. I'm actually thinking about it. Going to Vancouver Comic Con. But in terms of worldwide, nothing on the radar as of yet. If you guys have recommendations, let me know. And you never know. If anything, maybe the UK next year. Maybe the UK. But other than that, right now, I'm not too sure. Okay? So, let's see here. You're the best, Joseph. Shout out! Our listen zone, shout out. Let's see here. So, let me just do this one more part here, and then we're going to call it a day. If you guys have any other questions, by all means ask for sure. Go ahead and ask your questions, my friends. Go ahead and ask. Ask away. Ask away. Australia? I'd love to go to Australia, my friend. I'd love to go to Australia. Now, granted, I am scared of spiders. And that was always my hesitancy going to Australia. Like, it's like so many spiders. But from what I hear from, like, also because I have a lot of friends that went to Australia after school. And then they would send me pictures of, like, these giant spiders on the walls at their hotel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going there. But then from what I hear, it's only in certain parts of the country. And maybe, but I know they have bigger spiders than here. Like, our spiders are not that big. Like, I have some spiders in my house, but they're very tiny, itty bitty spiders. So cute, so easy to step on. So in terms of that, we'll see. Like I said, it's not that bad for you. But maybe one day, I'd love to go. I have friends in Sydney. I have, and of course, Jazz is in Melbourne, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I'd love to come and meet Jazz, see Jazza there. Me and Jazz had never met face to face. We've never met in person. We did have one I was planning on going to VidCon one year, and he was doing a lot of hosting at that convention, and I was supposed to go. But I was so behind on the Star Wars mural that I opted not to go anymore. As much as I want, because actually we planned this big art meetup, and I would have loved to have gone and see all my friends there, like Chloe and Ray, and all of those guys. We were going to do this big meetup, but and they did meet up, and they had a wonderful time, and I had the FOMO. As the kids say, I had the FOMO. But, priorities, guys, priorities. So, whoops, I made another boo-boo, guys. The mouth's not open up here. So, there you go. Come to Malaysia. I'd love to come to Malaysia, Joseph. I'd love to come to Malaysia. I believe Malaysia has a Comic-Con as well, right? Malaysia Comic-Con. My friend Alex has been to that Comic-Con. He was invited. So again, like, going to places like that, I have to be invited. I can't just show up. Right? So it's just like Indonesia. When I went to Indonesia, and again, wonderful. I love Indonesia. Absolutely love it. Bali especially. Love Bali. But even Jakarta. I had a fun time in Jakarta. I did. But Malaysia, they would have to invite me. Okay? They would have to invite me. So someone would have to recommend me. Just like Indonesia, I think actually the owner of the con recommended me. And I had I did really well, though, in Indonesia. I had a lot of people come up and talk to me there. A lot of kids came, wanted to take pictures. I remember the Sunday I had something to do in the morning, and then when I got there, I had a gigantic line waiting for me, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." I'm like, "Oh, that's weird. What's a weird one?" But it was wonderful seeing everyone there. So maybe one day, my friend. I don't comment to spam, by the way, guys. I don't comment to spam. Okay, you only need to ask it once. You only need to ask it once, and then I'll answer. Okay. You don't need to spam, though. Nothing annoys me more than spamming. It really does. I get annoyed. I'm an annoyed guy. I get annoyed. Spam. Nothing annoys me more than spam. Nothing annoys me more than spam. Ding 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 ding. You know what annoys me? Let me tell you, fam. Especially when someone give me lots of spam. Why does it annoy me? Let me say, I much rather have bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs. Yay! Woo! There you go. There you go. Thank you, Raul Razor. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And again, if you were spamming, Arlizen Zone was spamming. You're probably new here. So just know that you don't need to do that. Just say it once, and that's fine, and I'll see it. No problem. No problem. Okay? So you were warned, man. You were warned. So don't do it again. Weblight's now craving breakfast. Yes, there you go. Cobbler says 777. Right? Okay. Okay. Wants pancakes or waffles? Pancakes or waffles? Let me think about it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ding 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 ding. Oh, hold on. Who was that again? Let me see this. Cobbler 77 asked me what I'll make. What do I want for breakfast? Waffles or pancakes? I will go with pancakes. And then I'll take a nap because all waffles are pancakes with a syrup trap. Pancakes with a syrup trap. I kind of jumbled that one. I jumbled it, guys. Jumbled it. Just a little jumble. Pigs with a syrup trap. There you go. Okay. All right. There you go. Weblight's dancing. There you go. Okay. Don't go to McDonald's for breakfast. There you go. Don't go to McDonald's for breakfast. Okay. Don't go to McDonald's for breakfast. When here you go. Ding 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 ding. When I go to McDonald's, it is a blast. Well, but don't go to McDonald's for breakfast. I don't want egg McMuffins. McGriddles are too sweet. Oh, sorry. Or McGriddles a little bit. But when it is lunchtime, McDonald's, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I don't know. Still working on it, guys. I'm loving it. When it comes to McDonald's, let me tell you, y'all. I will be truthful. I don't like it at all. Why don't I like it? I will sing. I much rather have a Whopper at Burger King. Whopper at Burger King. We're having too much fun as we're finishing off here, guys. We're having too much fun. Too much fun. There you go. Let's go. Maybe you shouldn't go on Whose Line. There you go, Artsy. There you go. I agree. I agree, my friend. I agree. Okay. You know I like to sing hoedowns all the time, but according to my friend Artsy, I shouldn't go on Whose Line. I shouldn't. You're right. I shouldn't go on Whose Line because I stink. The better show for me is the weakest link. Is the weakest link. We have too much fun this. Oh, too much fun, guys. We're just having fun. It's Sunday. Enjoy yourself. It's Sunday, guys. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. There you go. There you go. I think. Okay, guys. It is 7:30 right now, and I think first of all, I think you guys are sick of my singing, but that's all right. I understand. But also, I think for now, I think we're good for now. For now. Okay, so looking at right now, you're taking a look at what I did here. And, there's little details and stuff, but I think for the most part, everything's here. Like, there's some things on the ground I want to fix. Some details I want to double check. And we will go from there. Okay? Yeah, so... Okay. PVY asks where to get clients to see his artwork so he can make some money. I don't really know my artworks. Sorry, I lost it. Oh, I had a good one. I had a good one. Oh, I just completely blanked. I had a good punchline, and I completely blanked. Oh, okay. Let me try that again. I'll try that again. PVY. Here we go. PVY asked where to get clients so they can see their artwork so he can make some money. I wouldn't know my artwork sucks, and that's my song. The only one who really likes my artwork is my mom. Artwork is my mom. Hooray! There you go, guys. This is a weird stream today, but hopefully a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. This is Warhammer. Okay, you will see the final piece whenever I put this video out, so probably not for another week or so. But I appreciate all of your support for watching these streams, and you guys are the best. And a huge shout out to my friend. I don't know if he's watching or not. This piece is actually for him. So I will be sending this to my friend. So hopefully my friend enjoys this particular piece. But this was very, very enjoyable. I had a wonderful time hanging out with you guys. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Okay, guys? So what I want you to do, keep your eye on the community tab. I'm going to put up a poll of what we are going to what we are going to draw tomorrow. Okay? So make sure that this first stream is singing not normal. Well, it can be, but we'll see. Okay, but I'm going to put up a poll later today, and you guys will vote what we are going to draw tomorrow. All right? But in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful Sunday. It is Sunday for me right now, 7:30. I'm going to go hit the gym, build some weights, build some muscle, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to go watch Wakanda Forever today. I'm actually going to go watch Wakanda Forever today, so I will give you my non-spoiler review in tomorrow's stream, okay? I love you all. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best. You know that. You guys know that. You guys know that, don't you? You guys are the best. In fact, give me a high five. Give me my high five here. Give me a high five here. You guys are the best. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Whoop. I'm not out yet. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. Hold on. Here on YouTube, we had lots of fun, you see, but now the time has come to end the stream. Now I gotta tell you, I gotta be me. I really gotta go. The last 4 hours I had to pee. Last 4 hours I had to pee. Goodbye, everybody. Good night.